Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We, on behalf of West Bengal Poultry Federation, welcome you all to this technical seminar promoting avian influenza-free compartments, focusing on table egg and promote export of table eggs. It's our honor to have all the dignitaries, especially Dr. Hybiztv, Animal Husbandry Commissioner, DAHD, Government of India, New Delhi, with us. And I request all the participants here to please wait and take their seats as soon as possible. Listen from him and the other presenters who have come all across the India to present these very important topics. Okay. To start the program, may I request everybody to please stand up for the national anthem.
জনগণ মন অধিনায়ক জয় হে ভারত ভাগ্য বিধাতা পঞ্জাব সিন্ধু গুজরাট মারাঠা দ্রাবিড় উৎকল বঙ্গ বিন্ধু হিমাচল যমুনা গঙ্গা উচ্ছল জলধি তরঙ্গ তব শুভ নামে জাগে তব শুভ আশিস মাগে গাহে তব জয় গাথা জনগণ মঙ্গলদায়ক জয় হে ভারত ভাগ্য বিধাতা জয় হে জয় হে জয় হে জয় 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 হে
Thank you. You can now take your seats. So to start the program, we have a very beautiful inaugural song by Dr. Animesh Sikdar, Joint Director, RDDL, Kolkata. Dr. Animesh Sikdar, please. Please hold your breath. It's going to be memorable for you.
Hello. Hello. একটু রিভাবটা দেবেন রিভাব অল্প My respected Animal Husbandry Commissioner, Dr. Abhijit Mitra, and all other respected dignitaries here, present here. On behalf of Eastern Regional Disease Diagnostic Laboratory, ERDDL, Kolkata, we will be presenting a short PowerPoint presentation. And before that, I have got the opportunity to sing a song, Bangla Gan. And আজকের এই এত সুন্দর পরিবেশ সুন্দর সকাল সেই সকালকে মেমোরেবল করার জন্য গীতশ্রী সন্ধ্যা মুখোপাধ্যায়ের একটি গান
Thank you, Dr. Sikdar. Thanks a lot. Now to start the program, may I request Mr. Madan Mohan Maiti, Secretary, West Bengal Poultry Federation, to have his welcome address. Mr. Maiti, please.
হ্যাঁ আমাদেরকেও এন্ট্রি করুন তো হ্যালো হ্যালো Respected Abhijit Mitra, Animal Husbandry Commissioner, Government of India. বাঙালি হিসেবে আমরা গর্ববোধ করি এবং অ্যাজ এক্সিকিউটিভ কাউন্সিল অফ দ্য ইউনিভার্সিটি আমি আরেকটু অতিরিক্ত গর্ববোধ করছি উনি আমাদের সঙ্গে আছেন ডক্টর বিমিত্র স্যার, আছেন ডক্টর জিমলি শর্মা, ডেপুটি কমিশনার AQCS কলকাতা, আছেন ডক্টর মহেশ PS, জয়েন্ট কমিশনার, সঙ্গে আছেন ডক্টর অনিমেষ শিকদার, ডক্টর অর্ণব স্যার, ডক্টর ছন্দা মান্না, হ্যাঁ সরি আবার ভুল করে দিচ্ছি, চন্দনা মান্না, আছেন ডক্টর সুদীপ্ত হালদার, and our farmers, my sincere thanks and gratitude to the Dr. Abhijit Mitra for attending this seminar, for help to us, the poultry industry, how developed. Overview of the poultry industry in West Bengal. Last 10 years ago, we are in the backbencher. Our rank was the double digit. After 2009, we are thinking all my friend, Radhesham Babu, Somir Agarwal, and many of the friends need to set up an organization and set wise. And after that 2011, it is working properly, and in 2023, the India has secured second position of the egg position in the world. We have a major part of this because we are secured 20.1% increase of growth in 2022-23 as per the report of the Government of India. Though we have contributed only 9.94% of the country production, but we have in growth, in terms of growth, we are in the first position. Now we have in organized poultry farm produced more than 2.2 crores of egg per day in Bengal. Our estimation in the coming June or July will be adding another 81 lakhs of birds will be produced. Shortly, our state will be self-sufficient of egg production. In case of broilers, our state, in the total country production, is secured 11.9%. It is second place after the UP. UP is the only 12.2% of the country productions. So we are neck to neck in UP and Bengal. We are confident very shortly we should secure first position in India in broiler production. And this data is from the Government of India. Next. Now we have consumed 4.3 crores of egg per day in Bengal. Rest of the received from the Andhra Pradesh and some of the local productions. Next. In chicken production, India have a globally ranked is 5th in worldwide. But as per our estimation, we are the 4th position in the world. The Pan-India Broiler Committee estimation, we are in the 4th position. Next. Every year, volume of meat production is increasing trend. Next. This is a rising trend of the meat production of our country. And West Bengal is also the part of this share. Next. We have definitely help from the state government in different way for our development. Previous years. In 2010, we have 54% of the organic chicken as per our requirement. Today, we have secured 140% of the organic chicken as per our requirement. So we have 40% excess production as per our state requirement. We have little bit backbencher in the broiler breeders, but hopefully we should be covering up it. In table egg, in 2010, we have only 18% of captive consumption as from the organized poultry farm. Presently, we have 75% captive production through the organized poultry farm. Next. I need not to linger about description of the West Bengal Poultry Federation and the activities of the federation. But some of the appeal to Government of India, DHAD. We are running the broiler sector with highest number of farmers in India as a single state. Or 80% of the broiler farmer through the integration model and normal model. Amongst the 80%, 90% of the farmer making farming the traditional way. Our aim to uplift their efficiency to production through small scale environmental control house as a 10 to 15,000 capacity. When we have developed, we produce 140%, and our aim is another 10% growth in every year. So we should upliftment of their farming process. Our appeal to the Government of India to conversion of the broiler farming through the traditional broiler farming to the modern EC house farming need declare the lucrative incentive for capital investment in this sector. We have a MOU with the State Bank of India with a good condition, with a low collateral and low interest rate and a low processing fees. The West Bengal State Bank of India and West Bengal Poultry Federation. We can accumulate them with the Government of India's incentive and the bank loan. They can be convert their farming in the traditional poultry broiler farming to the modern EC houses by the small farmer. Those cannot be possible maintain the fund by their own sources. What is the benefit of that? Increased production efficiency, lower feed cost per bird, lower disease threat, better price realization, safe and hygienic chicken meat consumptions. And our second appeal, we have a rank of highest growth of poultry sector in broiler and layer. But farmer should require the analytical and diagnostic support in every region. The federation, we have divided into our state in 6 regions. In Eastern India also, majority of the state increase their production, layer and broilers in better way. Like Odisha, like Sikkim, every state. This growth can be maintained, growth can be sustained if we give the good analytical disease diagnostic setup. So our appeal, we want to set up 6 full-fledged laboratory by the federation, and the state government officers is also there. And what way it will be matured, that we see the separate way. We need the active support from the first-time capital investment grant from the Government of India for setting up those labs, for the help to the farmers. But it will be on, after that, in the consumable cost, running cost, and the staff salary will be taken from the farmers by paying testing fees. It's my idea. Government thinking in other way, state government thinking in other way. What is the benefit for that? Easy identification of the disease and taking preventive measures to check the spread of the diseases. Improve feed quality through analytical services. When I see myself, Radha Sambabu, Somir Rai, Somir Agarwal, the big farmers and Borunda is also well aware. When our laboratory has rejected the vehicles, this vehicle will be unloaded any of the farm. This is a very dangerous for the development of the poultry industry. So we should check up it. Every corner farmer should be having capacity, small farmer, set up, help our labs. Improve feed quality through analytical services, more benefit to farmers through lab services and sustainable production and the good quality production. And another one is the, sir already aware about it, though I will take another one. One India broiler movement. The past Assam incident showed that we are not free to supply our products to every state. If one national border is closed, there are more of the state cannot feed by us. Since the state having a 40% excess production and it's increasing day by day and creating more employment opportunity, so free movement of the birds to neighboring state is very essential. Still today, Assam order is not a free movement to the birds to the Assam. Our North Bengal farmers are very unhappy about for that. We have been trying a lot, sir, we have been trying a lot. Everything, whatever is done on the active intervention by the sir. But still today, they have given an order, and what way police people will be reject the vehicles. Next. Biogas production plan. Layer production is increasing 20% in our state. Shortly, breeder production will be increasing in our state. By our state government is declared incentive for the breeder production. This manure, the opportunity of the farmers to convert the manure into electricity in biofuel for a sustainable production. I need the DAHD intervention needed to the feasibility of the biogas production plant to the small layer farmers. Now plan having a 4 ton per day getting the government subsidy. But it is not possible through the biosecurity ground. It is only set up is possible inside the farm. And of the India can get the 10-20 farms only. Those farm manure will be produced 4 ton per day. So my sincere request, take intervention to the DHD. It is better for the pollution control, it is better for the environment control, it is better from the litter as a gold in our country by biofuel and electricity generation. It is a very lucrative opportunity when government is import the fuel, their poultry manure produce the fuel very high level. Next. Another one, my sincere request to have a taken plan 6 years ago, but it is not matured, it is not properly matured by us. Which it? Our plan is the convert to the retail chicken outlet to a good hygienic chicken outlet center, retail outlet center. Need to change the chicken cutting process in the roadside, in anywhere, in a bad way. we have a plan to federation change over to the retailers in old traditional chicken cutting process to hygienic chicken outlet. That will be better for the consumer. They can get good and secure chicken. And it should be better for the environment. It should be better for the vision. And it should be better for the new pollution rules. And chicken will become one step ahead. Chicken as a product will become one step ahead to the people. And I think consumption will be grow for that. If we set up the hygienic chicken center every corner of the state. First time we have planned 6,000 chicken cutting outlet on a modern and hygienic way. Need the lucrative support from the government of India because those retailers having no money. Those retailers are having no fund. So if we support to the retailers by the hygienic chicken retail outlet shop, that will be increase the consumption to the chicken. While internationally 17.1 kg meat consumption is globally standard, our country having only 3.1 kg of the chicken consumption per capita per consumption. I think after that we can get the good chicken from the hygienic chicken center. These 4-5 appeals from the government of India for the sustain and upgradation of the poultry sector is in this percentage, the 20% growth per every year in the layer sector and 10% growth in every year in the broiler sector. We should be continuing it, and for the continuation, we need the support from the government of India. These are points. Okay. Okay. Last point was, our country, our state, having run more than 1 lakh chicken outlet in the roadside anywhere. Federation having taken plan, first time, 6,000 chicken outlet should be modern hygienic chicken outlet, convert to modern hygienic chicken outlet. Retailers having no fund. Federation and the integrator and the local farmers will be some support them, and bank will be support them, and need a lucrative incentive from the government of India for set up the hygienic chicken shop in our state, phase manner. First time we have succeed in 6,000, then 2 years, 3 years we can be taken target, and after 10 years we will be convert the all chicken shop in a very good way, and it should be help to the increase the consumption definitely. This is my sense. Thank you to all, and once again thank you to Varunda for supporting to Poultry Federation in when we have a crisis.
Thank you, Mr. Maiti, for your nice welcome address. So now, for the moment, we are all waiting to hear from Dr. Abhijit Mitra, Animal Husbandry Commissioner, DAHD, Government of India, New Delhi. So before start of the presentations, just a quick reminder for a housekeeping rule. If you can all mute your phone, I know it's important if you can just mute your phone and take it outside, that will be good for the speaker. Thank you. Yes, sir. May I request Mr. Maiti, Mr. Samir Agarwal and Mr. Adesam Roy to felicitate Dr. Abhijit Mitra. Can we have a big round of applause, please? Now we all like to felicitate Dr. Abhijit Mitra from West Bengal Poultry Federation again. Please have a big round of applause for Dr. Abhijit Mitra as we are welcoming him to the first time in our West Bengal Poultry Federation, and that too with the 10th KIPF 2024. Thank you, sir, for coming here. We'd love to hear from you, and we expect you next year as well, sir. And a small memento. It's a symbolic of our state. Goddess Durga. Thank you everybody. Now it's time to hear from Dr. Mitra.
সবাইকে অনেক অনেক নমস্কার, সুপ্রভাত। बहुत ही कम मौका मिलता है जब आप बांग्ला में शुरू करते हैं। मेरा हिंदी भी बिगड़ गया और बांग्ला तो बिगड़ ही गया। अच्छा, नहीं स्लाइड नहीं है मेरा कुछ स्लाइड नहीं है। आप अधिराज को बुलाए कि अभिजीत को बुलाया? ठीक, वो क्योंकि अधिराज के साथ हमारा हमेशा गड़बड़ होता है। वो मिश्रा है, मैं मित्रा हूँ। मैं कोशिश करूँगा इंग्लिश हिंदी में बोलने का, so that if it is recorded, so that people can understand. And मदन माइती साहब फेडरेशन का प्रेसिडेंट एंड बाकी सभी फेडरेशन के लोग और पोल्ट्री फेयर करने वाले जो सारे ऑर्गेनाइजर, मेरा क्लासमेट प्रिय बंधु प्रोफेसर वरुण रॉय और हमारा डीएसडी से आए हुए डॉक्टर महेश जो बेंगलोर से आए हैं, डॉक्टर जिमली, डॉक्टर अधिराज, हमारा स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के सारे ऑफिशियल्स, कई सारे लोग मेरा जूनियर भी रहे हैं मेरा वेटरनरी कॉलेज में, और इस सभा में उपस्थित ऑल सारे फार्मर्स, एंटरप्रेन्योर्स, poultry industry people, veterinary doctors. I can see large number of people in my college, alumni who are involved in the poultry industry. सभी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद और नमस्कार। आपने जो सम्मान मुझे दिया, इसका पता नहीं मुझे हकदार हूँ कि नहीं, लेकिन इस सम्मान के लिए आपको फिर से मेरे तरफ से नमस्कार। मेरा यहाँ पे आने का उद्देश्य एक ही था, जो मदन माइती साहब ने अपना लेक्चर में पूरी तरह से, मेरा हिंदी इतना खराब तो नहीं है, आप लोग समझ सकते हैं। हाँ, नहीं, हम लोगों को जेंडर का समस्या रहता है, लेकिन मैं यहाँ पे बोलने में परेशान नहीं हूँ क्योंकि सभी का वही समस्या है, तो हम लोग तो उसमें टेंशन नहीं आना है। मेरा एक आदत है कि आप जब वार्ता करें लोगों से तो थोड़ा लघु होके वार्ता करना अच्छा रहता है। हेवी चीज कभी कभी शरीर के लिए, मन के लिए और वातावरण के लिए अच्छा नहीं होता है। तो लघु सोचना, लघु खाना और लघु रहना, बॉडी वेट सबके लिए अच्छा है। तो मेरा आने का उद्देश्य यही था कि जैसे इस बार स्टैटिस्टिक्स का डाटा निकला और कई दिन से हम लोग नज़र रखे हुए थे, ईस्टर्न रीजन का पोल्ट्री इंडस्ट्री इज गोइंग एट ए वेरी रैपिड स्पीड। इट हैज़ कम फ्रॉम, एज यू सेड राइटली, फ्रॉम डबल डिजिट टू 4th रैंक नाउ। यू आर इन fourth in the country, and if you consider the whole region, if you include the Jharkhand, Bihar, Assam, Orissa, then this region, eastern region, has a reason to celebrate that we have a very, very huge potential growth market and growth engine is working over here. Recently, you must have also noticed that during the war of Ukraine, Russia and other wars and other geopolitical situation, and also the Indian growth engine in different aspects, there is a reason to celebrate because India is trying to be a big economy or number one economy or Vikashit Bharat by 2047. Now, India is a concept, India is a country. भारत को आगे ले जाने के लिए each one of us has to contribute. Each sector has to contribute. Every one of us has to contribute. রবীন্দ্রনাথের ভাষায় পেছনে রেখেছো যারে পেছনে টানিবে সেও তোমারে. So you cannot walk alone. The concept is if you walk alone, this I always tell in my lecture, if you walk alone, your speed will be little more. Will walk faster. But whether you reach to the destination, मंजिल में पहुंचेंगे कि नहीं, वो श्योर हो भी सकता है, श्योर नहीं भी हो सकता है. लेकिन आप साथ चलेंगे तो थोड़ा स्पीड कम हो सकता है, क्योंकि कुछ लोग धीरे चलेंगे, कुछ लोग तेज चलेंगे, तो एवरेज स्पीड घट सकता है. लेकिन एक बात श्योर है कि हम मंजिल में जरूर पहुंचेंगे. अब साथ चलने का मतलब क्या है? साथ चलने का मतलब है सरकार, दोनों सरकार, भारत सरकार, राज्य सरकार, इंडस्ट्री, एकेडेमिया, बैंकिंग सिस्टम, that what is you call financial institution, all of us have to work in a synergy and synchrony so that we can achieve our common and shared goal for making the poultry industry or any industry or the economy a vibrant. Now coming to the poultry industry, Madan Sahab has created a very valid point that we should have most of the poultry farmers who are growing broiler, they are still growing the broiler in a traditional way. Whether government of India can have a promotional scheme or incentive scheme. And I must tell you, there is already scheme. There is already scheme under AHDIF. That scheme gives you a opportunity to get a 3% income subvention, interest subventions. When you take the bank loan, that whatever loan you take, that interest, 3% of the interest is borne by the government of India. And only, I think, limitation is that you should be having minimum 1,000 पोल्ट्री में नहीं है. Entrepreneurship program. Right. So that boiler people can apply. For back इसके लिए नहीं है, boiler के लिए नहीं है. Okay. So that is one proposal I am going to take forward, that whether it can support in the boiler. Another that whatever the proposal, another thing what is happening, that proposal whatever we are having, the many a time we don't get the proposal sent from the applicant to the central government, because it has a route. It has to go from state government. If it comes to us, then we can look into it. That is one area. Second area is that about the laboratory. I don't know, Madan Sahab was promoting for 6 laboratories in 6 different regions. Whether it would be useful to have 6 laboratories in the 6 regions, or we should have a state-of-the-art facility, one for feed and one for disease, and that should be a high standard, very efficient, automated state-of-the-art facility. So that would be my question. And if that question happens, and what we can do, we can work with APIDA, because APIDA has been promoting that thing from the export point of view. We have done this thing in Namakkal. We have already established a laboratory of feed analytical laboratory in Namakkal, run by the Tamil Nadu Veterinary University at the cost of 5 crore. And we have received another proposal from them for disease investigation laboratory. Whether similar mechanism can be done in West Bengal, so that will serve not only for West Bengal, Because you see, creating lab is good, but creating a state-of-the-art facility which is having accredited by WA and which is accredited by NABL, which is accredited by all standard, world standard, we cannot create such lab everywhere. Because when your product has to go somewhere, it needs a certification that that testing has been done by particular organization or lab, which is WA certified or accredited, and also it is NABL accredited, and it is has a proficiency testing and all those matters. So मदन साहब, मेरा immediate जो response है, आप सोचिए इसमें कि 6 लैब चाहिए कि 1 लैब चाहिए, और 6 लैब में 1 लैब आप सेंट्रली बनाइए, and then you can have a hub and spoke system. No, but one lab you should have the state of that facility. That facility should be unique. That facility should be a reference laboratory. For that, what we can do, if RDDL can give us a proposal, or university can give a proposal, or a proposal come from the state government, we can talk with the APIDA, and that can be materialized in the name of export promotion. Right? That is one thing. I think these are the two immediate response I want to tell. Third and another response I want to tell is, you see, your proposal for establishing a very good poultry meat retailer, meat shop, we have to bring this proposal under the lens of One Health. We need not to talk about industry as such. We have to talk about One Health. Because wet market is a source of infection and potential source of pathogen to other player in the One Health ecosystem. So if we can take this thing in that particular lens, I think that is a very good point. We can take up this issue, we can issue a guideline, we can develop first a guideline that what should be a minimum standard for establishing a retailer, and what would be the minimum cost. And that cost mechanism, and that can be model guideline if we prepare. Dr. Adhiras, that will be our job to do it. And if we do that, and if you can give some design to us, we can take up this issue and then come up with some scheme how we can promote that. I think well taken. Here it says time's up, but I can no time can be bad time. The issue of border, transporting eggs from one smart way of is that whatever issue you have raised, I need not to address that. That is one smart way. Another way of doing it, that address it. It is a more of a interstate relationship problem, and I think there is no technical issue involved in between. And I will again try to do it at our level, but you also need to a good Samaritan approach, both the side of the state border, and see that situation is amicably solved in a better way. And I'll put a word with a Principal Secretary, Assam government. I'll just talk to him, see that how and what is the condition. But look for the export market. I would like to see this particular region to grow up in the export market, and that is the purpose of this whole technical session. Poultry is not only for, it not only serve the nutrition, but it also serves the livelihood and employment to many people. It has got a value chain system. So people do understand, government is very much, feed could be one area. I have been discussing with Dr. Barun Rai in the morning also that There is a now issue of maize will come up because maize will be used for ethanol production. So maize price is going to shoot up for a while. It is going to shoot up. We have to find an alternative. It will shoot up because, and then there will be kind of we have to look for an alternative. We have to look for how we can use DDGS, because what I have been told in the morning, I was discussing with the Dr. Professor Roy, that we need some good energy source which we will be requiring. But you see, this thing, my point, what I am trying to tell is this thing is going to happen. We cannot stop it. Already, not only country like India, many countries has decided that around 20 to 30% has to be replaced by ethanol. We have to reduce our dependency on fossil fuel. So there is a requirement in the largest perspective. Now, how as an industry, how as a sector, we respond to that, not react. I am again reminding all of you, we need not to react, but how to respond to that situation, that would be our bigger challenge. There is a few issues of poultry diseases. I think we are preparing one action plan for poultry diseases so that action plan is circulated and you have a better mechanism for disease control mechanism. I think poultry industry is quite a bit self-sufficient. They have already stood on their own feet. But creating an enabling environment is a job of the government. So if you have any suggestion about our action plan, what we are developing, I think Dr. Adhiraj, we can circulate them for consultation. We can take their view how we are going to do. And also I would like to hear from you in your further discussion, whether you have any suggestion for our HPAI, highly pathogenic avian influenza compartmentalization program, whether you have anything to suggest. Because that I want to learn. Because I have come with a lot of expectation that I will not only take the sol and mementos, those are physical things, but I will be enriched at the end of today's discussion technically, so that some of the policy changes can be made. Because you people are the real player. You see, we many a time we have a lack of communication between the industry and the government. So you people are the face. And I would like to invite our Madanji, you can come with a delegation and have a presentation in the Krishi Bhavan. I will arrange for that. And tell your story. Tell your story. You see, you have a story to tell. And we must tell a story. Storytelling is always a good. In compartmentalization, I don't know whether I'll be speaking further, but I don't want to come again to bore you. I just want to make it a little bit clear is, in last May when I visited Paris with our secretary, I think very first day we had a meeting with country like Oman, if I remember correctly, bilaterals, and gentleman told that we want to get some eggs from India, but we are not finding the HPI free compartment in India. There are only 2 compartments in India. Immediately I remember I called my office, Dr. Adhiraj and all, and then I found there are 26 compartments already we have given permission to operate, but that doesn't reflect in the OA website. Now what happened when a world level people look at the what are the compartments, they depend on OA website. So internally we have done all the mechanism, we have given 26 compartments across the country, but that was not reflected in the OA website. There was only 2 compartments. So what we did, we came back, we took around 6 to 8 months. We wrote to OHA, we completed the process. Now if you go to the website, you will be finding, I think 26 compartments are already there. So any country they want to get the egg from India, they can know that what are the compartments are available. In that aspect, what my intention is, or our intention is, that you see, if you see the distribution of the compartment, I think West Bengal doesn't have any compartment. Odisha have one. I think Jharkhand doesn't have any. Bihar doesn't have any. Assam doesn't have any. When you have a state like growing at the rate of 20%, when you claim to be a fourth position, not having compartment is the same. Something is wrong, you know. Right. So this is the purpose we have come here to tell you that we want to see the next poultry fair when you come. Not only you become first in egg production, that will be my hope. Also you tell, and that said, look, we have got 0, now we have got 10 or 5, whatever it is. So that would be the expectation I am having. And not only you try to have that in your own state, we should also help our neighboring states to have some. I don't know whether you know, I think you must have noticed, because many of your entrepreneurs are doing business. You will find in Delhi, there is a place where you will get only spare parts of vehicle, Karol Bagh. There is a place you will get only lights, Chandni Chowk. There is a place where you get something, you know. There is always a market or lane, even Calcutta also having something like that. So in my childhood, I used to think, how foolish they are. They have kept all the businesses in one place. There must be competing. But later when I grow up and learned a little bit, I learned there is make a business decision that you create the businesses of similar businesses in one place so that you get more customer and your business, each one is growing and synergistically helping each other. So growing together in a big way. Why I am giving this example is, if we can help our neighboring state to grow, our growth will be doubled. Believe me, it will be increased. So one way of what we can do, we can also teach or we can collaborate with our neighboring state. Instead of in a competition, we can tell them that grow well. That's I want to tell. Well, I think there are some technical lecture and I would like to hear those technical lecture, though they are mostly from my department, and also I requested Animus to come and make a presentation. I wish it would be good for me that I'll take the question at the end of the presentation is done. Still, if there is some question is there, I am here till 2:30. I'll be very happy to take questions. But we are, as a government of India, we are looking at the eastern region as a potential area for the future poultry growth. Need to have at least 3 to 5 HPI free compartment for table eggs. We have a nearly 1500 kilometer boundaries with Bhutan, Nepal. I am telling India boundary, and West Bengal also share a boundary with many other international country. There is a tremendous scope and the market outside, so we can depend on export market. And okay, another thing I was talking to Madanji Apkobi. Look into the duck, how we can make it little much more profitable, commercially viable. Because when the other countries other country wants to send duck meat to our country, I have a reason to believe that there is a market of duck meat in India. No matter how small and big. When country like USA want to tell that I want to send you duck meat, give me permission, So there must be a reason that there is a dark meat market. So that will be another expectation from you. With this, thank you very much coming in large number, and thank you very much Madan Sahab for organizing this event, and thank you Jimli for coordinating with Madan ji. I know you had a lot of hiccups and ups and downs. It's not very easy to get Animal Husbandry Commissioner. You can get Abhijit Mitra, but get Animal Husbandry Commissioner out of Krishi Bhavan, and here is not an easy job. And Parliament is on today. It's the last day of Parliament. So I had a real problem. And you must be seeing that I am talking over phone every now and then. With that, and I could see very bright faces. Some faces looks very gloomy. I don't know why you people are not smiling. अभी थोड़ा सा हंसी का आवाज आ रहा है. मुस्कुराते रहिए, हंसते रहिए, हंसाते रहिए. जिंदगी बहुत छोटा है, बहुत ही छोटा है. कल का किसी को पता नहीं है. और खुश रहिए, खुश रखिए. इसी उम्मीद के साथ सबको फिर से नमस्कार करते हैं. ভালো থাকবেন সবাই. নমস্কার. জয় হিন্দ.
Thank you very much, sir. We are really very proud that in spite of your busy schedule, you have come here and spending some time with all of us.
Sir, this is your information. Here in the farmer from Odisha, farmer from Jharkhand and Bihar, and 2 farmers from UP and Assam also. In this hall, we have a Eastern India Poultry Forum that included 14 states. So we are, I am the secretary of this forum. I will definitely help to the all 14 states for this license taken for the compartmentalization. Definitely, sir.
Thank you,
and
sir.
Also I will be trying to increase the duck population.
So, as Mr. Maiti promised that West Bengal Poultry Federation along with the neighboring states will definitely try to have 3 to 5 compartments during the next year of KIPF. So, we'll see, sir. So, coming to the next presentations, may I request Dr. Jimli Sharma, Deputy Commissioner, AQCS Kolkata, to have his overview of export of poultry and the poultry products. Dr. Sharma, please. This is moving, this is forward, this is backward. This is forward. This is forward. Presentation to that. Presentation to that. Yep. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Shubh Prabhat, and I will, okay, thank you. It's an honor and a privilege to be here amongst you all, and with due respect to Abhijit Mitra sir, I'm thankful that I could, support him and pull him out of his busy schedule, because I really wanted him to be here so that we can have something fruitful at the end. Following sir's footstep, I would also like to communicate a little bit in Hindi. And I belong to Assam. Assamir mein alpa Bangla bolte pari, but I'll not be very comfortable. So I'll just start, I'll use Hindi and English both. Thoda bahut to aap log abhi jante hi, you are all stalwarts. My due regards to everybody present here, my colleagues, then people from the industry, from the field veterinarian, from the state West Bengal, and the state university, everyone who are here, all of you are stakeholders in the industry. हमें साथ चलना ही पड़ेगा, एक दूसरे के बिना हो नहीं पाएगा. And thanks to Maiti sir and West Bengal Poultry Federation and all of you, जो हमने अभी देखा, डाटा देखा, आप लोग काफी फास्ट ग्रो कर रहे हैं. हम चाहते हैं कि आप और आगे जाए. And since I take care of little bit of the export certification and all, ये मेरी खुशी है कि हम आपको मदद कर पाएं थोड़ा बहुत. And मैं अपनी presentation में बताऊंगी थोड़ा सा, ज़्यादा मेरे पास बोलने के लिए है नहीं क्योंकि ऑलरेडी ये कवर्ड हो चुका है. आप लोग तो जानते हैं, मैंने वेस्ट बंगाल को ही थोड़ा हाईलाइट किया है, बिकॉज बीइंग बिलोंगिंग टू दिस पार्ट ऑफ द कंट्री एंड विद द स्टैटिस्टिक्स दैट गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इज आल्सो वेरी हैप्पी टू सी दिस रीजन ग्रो. आप जानते हैं, मैती सर बता चुके हैं, 40% एक्स्ट्रा प्रोडक्शन है और नेबरिंग स्टेट्स को तो दे रहे हैं, सेल्फ सफिशिएंट हम हो रहे हैं. हमें अभी थोड़ा एक्सपोर्ट की तरफ जाना ही पड़ेगा. तो क्योंकि नेबरिंग कंट्री बांग्लादेश में ये तो मैं ज़्यादा इसमें फोकस नहीं करना चाहूँगी. आप लोग जानते हैं अभी We are already here in the, West Bengal is already occupying a lot of space. ये भी दिखा चुके हैं, हमें पता है by far everybody's choice of meat is, poultry. I mean, वो है ही, और जो अभी जो organized sector है, slowly we are all moving. Backyard poultry से हम आगे जा चुके हैं, organized होने में ही हमें growth मिलेगी, और and we'll be meeting up to the standards of the world, या जो भी है उसी के दौरान हम अपना भी growth होगा, और we will be able to export also if we meet the standards. This again gives me immense pleasure for people, all of you sitting out here. We have come, West Bengal has come to this level now. ये वाकई में खुशी की बात है. ये already बहुत बार हम सुन चुके हैं, but I'd like to just highlight that now. See where West Bengal is standing in the Indian scenario. So definitely, like Sir has said, Mitra Sir has said, we share the boundary with our neighboring countries, our friendly neighbors, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan and all. और land borders से trade करना थोड़ा easy है compared to your sea or air. So it will be very nice to explore the market. और आप लोग अगर contribute करना चाहेंगे export के लिए, हम AQCS जो भी हमारे से help बनेगा, being the local office here in Kolkata, I am always there to guide you, and DADF is there to help you out with all the processes and all. My colleagues from the ministry will speak on the relevant topics. Dr. Adhiraj will speak about the other process. मैं थोड़ा बहुत आपको एक view देना चाहूँगी, हल्का सा, whatever is about. See, by far we know this is like poultry is the first meat of choice, though cattle, buffalo, sheep वगैरह है थोड़ा-थोड़ा, but 51% is poultry and it is ever growing. So हमें poultry पे focus करना पड़ेगा. It's easily acceptable. Again, West Bengal about meat production, and it's a neck-to-neck competition with UP, just like Sir has said, and I will be very happy if it reaches the first position or shares it with UP. That will be our achievement actually. Little bit about what we are doing. This is about the export data of table eggs that we have exported, and the countries where it has gone: Oman, Bahrain, Maldives. Till date, till October, data is, when we compile, by the end of the financial year, it will be still showing, it will be growing, it will show more. And yes, sir. And my concern is this. I am very happy that in October, we could export a first consignment of table eggs. Though the number is less, 61950, but it's an indication that export possible hai. And it's a lady who unfortunately could not procure from West Bengal. She had procured from, I think, Andhra Pradesh. And all the way she had exported it to Bangladesh through AQCS Kolkata. तो जब ये वहाँ से ये कंपार्टमेंटलाइजेशन या सारे आपका AI फ्री सर्टिफिकेशन वगैरह थे, तो वेस्ट बंगाल से नहीं ले पाए, बट हम चाहेंगे कि वेस्ट बंगाल का जो अंडा है या इस रीजन का जो होगा, वो आप इमीडिएटली अपने नेबर्स को हम एक्सपोर्ट कर दें. और ये आप लोग घबराइए मत, प्लीज डोंट वरी, इट इज नथिंग लाइक गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस में जाना है, इतना डॉक्यूमेंटेशन होगा. आजकल गवर्नमेंट इज वेरी फ्रेंडली, बोथ एट द सेंटर एज वेल एज द स्टेट. जस्ट कम टू अस, हेजिटेट मत करिए, सब कुछ ऑनलाइन में भी है. फिर भी आपको अगर कुछ और इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए, वॉक इन आ जाइए कभी भी ऑफिस में, वी आर देयर टू गाइड यू. जो भी छोटी सी स्मॉल लेडी, शी इज जस्ट डूइंग दिस, एंड वो कर सकती है. उन्होंने हमको आके खुद भी बोला है कि मैडम जब मैं कर सकती हूँ तो कोई भी कर सकता है. So you can do it. It's nothing impossible. डराने वाले लोगों का बातों में मत जाइए. बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग शायद होंगे who would like to tell you that oh, it is very difficult, it's not possible, this certificate is there, that nothing like that. It's all possible. Just come to the right place at the right time. We are there to guide you. Then this is about the hatching eggs. So I must tell you out here that hatching eggs and SPF, specific pathogen-free eggs, they are of high value. So they are exported in a larger quantity. We would like to focus more on table eggs, क्योंकि ये SPF और hatching eggs का एक already एक market है, हम बना चुके हैं. We want more to focus on table eggs. So explore that, and we will always be there to support you and guide you. These are the data from our. We have 6 AQCS stations, just to inform you, all over India: Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, and recently in 2010 we had added Hyderabad and Bangalore. So ये सारे 6 stations को आपको जहाँ से भी certification लेना है, you can approach them. And South is more active. Andhra, Namakkal, they are the belt. They are already into export of egg powder and even other products, meat also they are exporting a little bit. Though it's negligible, but egg has a huge market, and comparatively it is easier because temperature and all doesn't matter much. You can export it, eggs, that will earn more value or add more value to the exporter, I mean. This is about, and a little bit about the data from Hyderabad, AQCS Hyderabad and AQCS New Delhi. These are the countries, you can see what are the hatching eggs have gone. Those are the numbers, total value in crores, and the countries are Oman, Uganda, Liberia, Jonti, Qatar and Maldives, Tanzania, Ghana, all these countries you can explore. But of course, immediately I think to start with, you can try exploring the market with your neighbors. And 1 or 2 consignments you do, आप शुरू करेंगे तो आपको अपने आप को confidence आ जाएगा, and you can explore the worldwide market. Like Mitra sir has said, more compartments means you will be visible in the WOA website. So people will start asking, and I really wish and I pray कि shortage हो जाए, इतना demand आए बाहर से कि आप लोग मतलब export कर करके थक जाएं, and there is more demand and you are just trying to do that. That will give us government of India as well as the state, सबको खुशी मिलेगी. We want the farmer to grow and the country will grow. This is a little bit data about AQCS Mumbai and AQCS New Delhi. कोलकाता से इतने सालों में नहीं था, जो मैंने आपको पहले ही बोला, एक ही एक्सपोर्ट कंसाइनमेंट हुआ है अक्टूबर में, which has gone to Bangladesh. Then this is about little bit about the export of livestock products. You can clearly see the 42.8% is by the hatching eggs, which means आपका dairy products या animal feed हो गया, pet food या others को छोड़ के, again it will grow. 42.8% will keep growing. तो इसको आप लोग explore कर सकते हैं. This since you are belonging to this industry, 42.8% में आप लोग belong करते हैं. So इसको explore करिए अपने potentials को. आगे बढ़िए. We are there to help you out with all the constraints. This is a little bit of what is my subject and what AQCS is doing. You have to take the export certification. कहीं पे भी आप भेजेंगे तो the country will require a certificate. That is about the trust or the doing business, whatever, doing trade of livestock and livestock products. HOA, which was earlier OIE, World Organization of Animal Health, they want official certificate. And the official veterinarian or the veterinary authority is DAHD. And AQCS, which is a subordinate office of DAHD, comes under DAHD. We are the official veterinarians to certify the 6 AQCS stations that I've mentioned. And a little bit about what I want to say is the health sanitary requirements. आप अगर आएंगे हमारे पास पूछने के लिए कि मैडम एक्सपोर्ट करना है, what are the requirements, पहले हम आपसे पूछेंगे कि वहाँ का वो country में जहाँ भेज रहे हैं उनका क्या request, your request, some special requests you have as per the importing country's requirements. Pre-export quarantine and testing. Accordingly, जो भी product है, whatever you are intending to, कोई भी country होगा, poultry या जो भी product ले रहा है, उसके साथ में disease लेना 100% पसंद नहीं करेंगे. They only want the product, they don't want to import any disease. So it's our duty and it is our responsibility as exporting country. Then it will again add to our value to prevent the complaints from importing country and to increase the demand of Indian livestock. A bit about export certification. OIE norms must be followed as per the international certification procedure of HOA. That is as per the Terrestrial Animal Health Code, Chapter 5.2. It's available in the internet. 5.2 and Article 5.2.1 to 5.2.4. That gives you how official certification should be done. And AQCS will help you in complying that. As per the procedures, the official veterinarian of the veterinary authority of the exporting country should sign the export health certificate. Then this is as per the definitions of the HOA, the OIE. This as per Chapter 5.2, Article 5.2.1 to 5.2.4. Official veterinarian means the veterinarian authorized by the veterinary authority of the country to perform certain designated official tasks associated with animal health and or public health, and inspections of commodities and when appropriate to certify in conformity with the provision of Chapter 5.1 and 5.2 of the Terrestrial Code. EU and other countries' health certificate permits clearly mention official veterinarian inspector or inspectors should sign. So many times we see that there is lack of awareness or lack of sensitization and किसी से भी certificate लिखवा के लेके चले गए and they are stuck. It's not being cleared. Then they come to us. But once certify when the goods have left. पहले ही आपको करना पड़ेगा जो भी करना है आपका उसका inspection हो गया, testing हो गया, everything has to be done when the goods are in the country. आपका चला गया है vessel, sea में चला गया है या land border cross कर चुका है, then how will you certify? then again that itself is, doubtful. What is the certification procedure जब सामान चला गया है? So everything has to be done on or before the bill of lading date. Then these are the documents required for export health sanitary certificate. It is available in our website. आप जाके देख सकते हैं. तो ये आपका कॉपी ऑफ वैलिड इंपोर्ट एक्सपोर्ट लाइसेंस और परमिट, मतलब जिस कंट्री में भी आप भेज रहे हैं वो कंट्री, अधिकतर कंट्रीज आपको इंपोर्ट परमिट इशू करता है, पर नहीं भी करता है तो भी जनरल हेल्थ सर्टिफिकेट उनको चाहिए होता है. तो यू हैव टू सबमिट ऑल दिस डॉक्यूमेंट्स व्हेन यू आर सबमिटिंग एन एप्लीकेशन. Then if you are a merchant exporter or a manufacturer's consent letter for export is needed. If you are a merchant exporter, then we need invoice, proof of purchase and declaration with respect to fulfilling that all technical parameters as per the importing country is, as per the purchase and with respect to fulfilling all technical parameters as per the importing country's mandate. Whatever they require, we have to follow that. Then for eggs, poultry product, testing of samples for avian influenza is mandatory before export. So we get a testing done and we take help of the local veterinary authority, the local state government from wherever the eggs are sourced or intended to be exported. So we take health clearance from them. They have to give the required health information, and whatever testing is done by AQSIS, then we certify for the export. Registration certificate, approvals of the exporting units. This again is a subject which is done by, there are different agencies who does this. EPIDA or EIC, whoever is involved for the units, the registration of the manufacturing units. Documents of origin of product, if applicable, asked. So if we ask, we may ask you the country of origin document, that also has to be submitted. Documents of origin of product, if applicable, okay. Copy of airway bill, bill of lading, packing list, invoice of the consignment, certificate information from the local government authorities, which I have already mentioned. All attached documents with the application should be self-attested. It's all available in our website. When you come to the respective AQSIS station, you'll be guided accordingly. Ye koi, believe me, it's nothing, it's not a Herculean task. It's nothing rocket science. ये आपको जो भी है आपने करा है, follow किया है, वही comply करके certification में देके देना है. कुछ compliance missing है, तो जब आप आएंगे हम आपको बोलेंगे. We'll tell you this and this is required. So एक बात है कि plan आप पहले करिए export का. ये नहीं कि मैं 2 दिन में export कर रहा हूँ and you need, because time is required to comply. You may not know, find out the requirements, what is the importing country wanting it, then you accordingly comply to the requirements of the importing country. So every time when you plan any export, please take some time and plan. क्योंकि वो आप उसमें बहुत कुछ involve रहता है, आप अपना order देंगे and you may make some payments and also. हम नहीं चाहते हैं कि किसी कारण आप comply नहीं कर पाए तो आपका पैसा भी चला गया, वो कंट्री रुकेगा नहीं, you earn a bad name, so it should not be there. आप जब comply कर रहे हो, आपने किसी का order दिया है, किसी से commitment लिया है, comply करके पूरा certificate के साथ भेजिए, so that the country accepts it. So application must be registered before. For further details, please go through the link below. So everything is available in, now we are just a click away. We thank to this Digital India or whatever online we are doing, everything is just a click away. पहले जैसा दिन नहीं है आप क्योंकि भाग रहे हैं ये एक ऑफिस से दूसरे ऑफिस इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं है. Now everything is a click away and all the government offices, be it in the center or be it at the state, they are all waiting eagerly to help you. तो वो अभी नहीं रहा कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफिस में जाने का कोई डरिए मत. It's all very easy. Just come. We are there to help you out. So that's all. I would like to thank you all for your attention. Thank you. Thank you.
Madam, if you help us, we will be seated with you.
Sure, sir.
And committing to Dr. Mitra. In this year, we will be completing 15 numbers of certifications. This is our commitment. Farmers, all are ready. We will be completing 50. शहर को भेंट देने के लिए 50 सर्टिफिकेट बनाएगा हम. टेबल एग चिकन सबका मिला के.
नहीं, we look forward.
ऐसे कोई टाइट होता तो नहीं होगा. सर मैडम जो बोल रहा है वेरी इजी प्रोसेस है.
I just want to tell you that for compartment, for making compartment, there is a certain procedure that will be discussing. Dr. Aviraj will be telling.
Yes.
Okay, we have to follow certain norms. Certain investment has to be done in your poultry farm to eligible to be a compartment.
Okay.
Compartment হবার জন্য আমাদের পোল্ট্রি ফার্মকে কিছু কিছু জিনিস তৈরি করতে হবে, বায়োসিকিউরিটি ঠিকভাবে রাখতে হবে, তবেই সেটা পোল্ট্রি ফার্মটা হবে। সুতরাং আমি এটা কোনো সময় আশা করব না যে আপনারা সবাই এক্সপোর্টের জন্য কম্পার্টমেন্টের জন্য অ্যাপ্লাই করবেন। আমি এটা আশা করব যাদের এই ব্যাপারে অর্থনৈতিক ক্ষমতা আছে এবং যারা নিজেদের প্রোডাক্টকে এক্সপোর্ট করতে চায় তারাই করুক, সবাই যেন এটাতে ঝাঁপিয়ে না পড়ে। মানে আমি ব্যাপারটা বোঝাতে পারলাম?
বুঝেছি স্যার। যেটুকু আমি দেখেছি আমাদের এখানে অ্যাটলিস্ট 52 লাখের উপরে ফার্ম আছে এবং তাদের কাছে ফেসিলিটিগুলো আছে, খালি বায়োগ্যাস ওইটাই।
আমি 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 স্পেসিফিকে যাচ্ছি না, আমার বক্তব্য হচ্ছে যেমন আপনি আমাকে একটা ফুলের তোড়া দিলেন না, ফুলের তোড়াতে তো একটা ফুল ছিল না,
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা,
কিছু পাতা ছিল, কিছু রজনীগন্ধা ছিল, কিছু গ্ল্যাডুলাস ছিল, কিছু জারবেরা ছিল, কিছু घास घूसो ছিল, प्लास्टिक ছিল। एक गुलदस्ता बनाने का जरूरत है। तो हमारा इंडस्ट्री में हम लोग सब लोग मिलके अपना अपना फूलों का करिश्मा दिखाएंगे तो एक अच्छा गुलदस्ता बनेगा।
ठीक है।
और भारत सरकार को उस गुलदस्ता का जरूरत है। आप लोग सब अपने आप में टीम चाहिए ना, विकेट टीम में सभी अगर बैट्समैन होगा तो मुश्किल होगा। हमें बॉलर भी चाहिए, हमें फील्डर भी चाहिए, 2-4 ऐसे भी चाहिए जो लपक के कैच भी पकड़ ले। तो यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई वांट टू टेल। तो इट इज योर ड्यूटी, फेडरेशन ड्यूटी, इट इज यू पीपल शुड कम फॉरवर्ड, टॉक टू अमंग ईच अदर, फाइंड आउट हु हैज द एबिलिटी, हु हैज द कैपेबिलिटीज, विल, इन्वेस्टमेंट कैपेसिटी and that particular hunger to go into the international market. Because international market itself is a different domain. So it is not that everybody will go for it. I'll just make it little bit more because मैं basically तो कॉलेज का पढ़ाने वाला अध्यक्ष हूँ। डॉक्टर रॉय और मैं दोनों इंडिया रे में हमें चांस मिला था, मुझे मिला था जेनेटिक्स मीटिंग में, रॉय साहब को मिला था, हम चले गए, रॉय साहब नहीं गया। मेरा साथ इंडस्ट्री का उतना ही रिलेशन है जितना कस्टमर को। मैं इंडस्ट्री के अंदर तो घुस नहीं पाया बिकॉज मैं एकेडमिक से लेके मिनिस्ट्री तक पहुंचा, लेकिन रॉय साहब का क्या है, वो गया नहीं और यहाँ पे बैठ के इंडस्ट्री के साथ तालमेल बैठे। तो हम दोनों एक ही कॉलेज से पढ़े, लेकिन हम लोगों का अलग अलग जज्बा था, अलग अलग इच्छा थी, हम लोग अलग अलग जर्नी तय की। तो ये बहुत जरूरी है। ये मेरा बात का कभी आप इंग्लिश ऐसे मत लीजिए कि सभी को एक्सपोर्ट करना है, नहीं करना है। सबको एक्सपोर्ट नहीं करना है। कुछ लोग डोमेस्टिक मार्केट को सप्लाई करें, कुछ लोग एक्सपोर्ट को सप्लाई करें, कुछ लोग देखें कि कौन सा बात ठीक है, कुछ लोग टेबल एग में करें, कुछ लोग एसपीएफ में करें। अभी जिमली कह रही थी कि देयर इज ए मार्केट फॉर, यू मस्ट हैव सीन मार्केट फॉर एग पाउडर। I don't know how many industries are there for making.
No, Eastern India not having no.
That's what I'm telling. We have to diversify our industry in such a way. We cannot only produce egg and meat. We have to diversify our industry in such a way that it grow well. That's my only point.
So my idea is like that. In Eastern India, having 700 to 800 good poultry farms, तो उससे हम 50 के टारगेट करेगा।
Thank you. As Dr. Jimli rightly said, sometimes we give more emphasis to the fear of rejection and we remain silent. But thanks for your assurance for getting the necessary support and guide to the industry and make us understood about the SOP in very simple language. Thank you, ma'am. Now, may I request Dr. Jimli, if you can please come once again stage, and may I request Preeti Das and Sanat Sarkar, if you can please come and felicitate Dr. Jimli, please. Thank you, Dr. Chinli. So, for the next presentations, may I call upon Dr. Mahesh PS, who is the Joint Commissioner of CEH Bangalore. Dr. Mahesh is very well known for his unique style of pictorial presentations, and many of his presentations has been taken as a reference for many of us, including me. And I am a personally very big fan of your concluding slides, sir. Thank you, Dr. Mahesh. The floor is yours.
Forward, and this is the only pointer if you want. Okay.
सबको नमस्कार, respected AHC sir and my colleagues, and very energetic team leader of Eastern Zone, Mr. Maiti ji. And it's an honor to represent Center of Excellence for Animal Husbandry. ये आपको नया नाम लग रहा है क्योंकि CPDO TI was very familiar with you. अभी क्या कर दिया भारत सरकार ने हमको 5 ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को एक बना दिया. CPDO TI, CFSP TI, CCBF, रीजनल फॉडर स्टेशन और एनिमल क्वारंटाइन स्टेशन बेंगलुरु, ये सब मिला के अभी सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस एनिमल हस्बेंड्री बन गया. हेसरगट्टा में है, 646 एकड़ है. आप सबको मेरा तरफ से वेलकम है. सो लेट मी मूव ऑन. दी फ्लो ऑफ प्रेजेंटेशन मैंने ऐसा बनाया जैसे आपको ज्यादा थोड़ा रिपीटेशन भी लगेगा, मगर वो नहीं दिखाऊंगा क्योंकि आई विल जंप इनटू ए केस स्टडी. मतलब आपको बेंगलुरु में कैसा हो रहा है, नमक्कल में कैसा हो रहा है, सेंथिल ने कैसे एक्सपोर्ट बना दिया, एक्सपोर्ट विनर कौन है, और हम कैसे आपको कोच कर सकते हैं. हम आपको कोच करेंगे हमारा सेंटर ऑफ एक्सेलेंस में. जैसे मैती जी का ड्रीम है 50, हम उनके साथ एटलीस्ट 10 को हम बेंगलुरु बुला के हम उनके साथ जो कर रहे हैं उनके साथ हम ट्रेनिंग वर्कशॉप करेंगे. हमको सीधा आपको एक्सपोर्ट कैसा कर सकते हैं वो भी हम कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. सी इफ यू सी, भारत सरकार में अभी हमको एक गर्व से बोलना पड़ेगा, हम विकसित भारत हो रहे हैं. इंडिया विल बी द 3rd लार्जेस्ट इकोनॉमी बाय 2027. आदरणीय राज्यसभा में ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर बोलते थे इंडिया इज मूविंग वेरी फास्ट. शायद आपको मालूम नहीं होगा हमारा सेक्टर डबल द ऑटोमोबाइल सेक्टर. हम जिधर बोलते नहीं, ऑटोमोबाइल सेक्टर केवल 7.5 लाख करोड़ है, हम लोग 15 लाख करोड़ का मालिक है. जीडीपी देते हैं हम कंट्री के लिए. उसमें 10 लाख करोड़ डेयरी है, 10 करोड़ आदमी जुड़े हैं, 10 करोड़ आदमी जुड़े हैं डेयरी में. जब पोल्ट्री का बात आता हूं मैं बार बार बोलता रहता हूं, टीसीएस है हमारा. टीसीएस आपको मालूम होगा नंबर 1 कंपनी इन द वर्ल्ड फॉर एक्सपोर्ट्स. उसका टॉप लाइन है 2 लाख करोड़, मुर्गी का टॉप लाइन है 2 लाख करोड़. मुर्गी का टॉप लाइन है 2 लाख करोड़, मगर वो लोग कितना एम्प्लॉयमेंट दे रहे हैं मालूम है? केवल 6 लाख लोगों के लिए दे रहे हैं. हम लोग कितना लोगों के लिए दे रहे हैं? 6 मिलियन. 6 मिलियन पीपल आर एम्प्लॉयड इन पोल्ट्री सेक्टर. आई नीड अ क्लैप्स फॉर दैट. 2 lakh crore, 6 million people, we should take a stage now. We should take a stage and demand the stage for animal husbandry sector. Our Honorable HSR is here. We are doing a fantastic job to lead the country now. If you see the rest of the things, small ruminants, pet sector are very small. Pet sector is almost like, $1 billion, which is moving very fast. Other day I was posting, Ratan Tata ji is putting up a hospital for almost 162 crores with 2.2 acre land in Mumbai. It is a great phenomenon for animal husbandry sector. If you see the position here, we have reached a century, per capita availability century मार दिया. सेंचुरी हम पहले बोल रहे थे ना 180 रीच करना, अभी 101 जैसा तेंदुलकर ने मारा, ऐसा आप में विराट कोहली जैसा पोल्ट्री इंडस्ट्री में सेंचुरी मार दिया. अभी आगे बढ़िए, दिखा दिया आपको मालूम है वेस्ट बंगाल 9.93 में है, एंड ये पोर्शन भी दिखा दिया. मैं मूव करता हूं. अभी मीट में देखिए, मीट में हमारा मकसद क्या है, मंजिल क्या है? 11 किलोस. 11 किलोस मीट में पोल्ट्री इज टेकिंग ऑलमोस्ट लाइक 52%. हम आगे बढ़ना है. ये भी आपने देखा है. अभी देखिए ना, आंध्रा, वेस्ट बंगाल, दे आर ऑल कंपीटिंग फॉर ईच अदर फॉर द पाई. नाउ लेट मी कम टू योर ओन डेटा विच इज बीन गिवन बाय डॉक्टर विद्यासागर पूंजा. आपको सबको मालूम होगा, मेरा फ्रेंड था, मेरे साथ वेंकटेश्वर में काम कर रहा था. ये अभी दिया है, अभी देखिए ना, आपका कैसे है, this is the India's placement now. So you are all competing now. If you see South is 15 crore, up 9 crore में है, 2 crore, 11 crore, 6 crore. This is the distribution, almost like 46 crores of broiler placements are happening. Every day almost 1.2, 1.3 crore placements are happening. And if you see the integration distribution, आप देखिए ना वेस्ट बंगाल में लगभग 4 करोड़ इंटीग्रेशन हो रहा है, ओडिशा सब मिला के आप देखने से ये पिक्चर में प्रेजेंटेशन दूंगा, आपको व्हाट्सएप में दूंगा, बाद में पढ़िए. इट्स फैंटास्टिक. योर ग्रोथ ऑफ ईस्टर्न इंडिया इज फोकस्ड ऑन highly growing into very big. Orissa is catching up with 2 crore, Jharkhand with almost approaching 1 crore, Assam and Northeast almost 1.5 crore. And if you see this growth, what we are projecting future is 10 crore Eastern India में होगा. Eastern India में 10 crore projection है, लगभग 27-28 में you will be reaching 10 crore as the potential here. And this is the scenario right now. Almost like 80% is integration, chick sales is around 20%. And if you see what is the per capita availability, मैं yesterday पूछ रहा था आपका favorite क्या है सुदीप्तो से के साथ, सुदीप्तो बोल रहा था fish है sir, मगर catching up with chicken. Chicken is almost like 8.3 per capita availability. I won't say consumption. Many vegetarians may be there. 7 in Odisha, 3 in Jharkhand, 5 kilos in Assam. Totally almost you are touching 7, which is above the national average. If you see the layer production also almost, here you need. I was speaking to your Honorable Secretary Vivek sir. We met him in Siliguri in parliamentary committee meeting. Mahesh, hum badana hai West Bengal mein. So a lot of schemes have come here where you have to catch up with the daily consumption, which is a shortfall which you will be covering very, very fast. Now let me come to status reports, which already shown by Jim Lee. I'll not go into that. I'll skip it. I'll come to this very quick point. कैसे सिस्टम है इंडिया में बहुत वेरी वेरी स्ट्रांग सिस्टम है आपका एक्सपोर्ट सपोर्ट करने के लिए. ये देखिए जब भी आपका ये आता है ना, यू विल हैव अ सेंट्रली लोकेटेड भोपाल लैबोरेटरी, वो लैबोरेटरी से लेके यू नो दैट एसआरडीडीएल्स आर टेस्टिंग लैबोरेटरीज. गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का टेस्टिंग लैबोरेटरी से आपके पास बेंगलुरु में, पूना में, कलकत्ता में, बरेली में, ये तमिलनाडु का रीजनल सेंटर्स है. महाराष्ट्र में जो कंपार्टमेंट हो गया, व्हाई दे हैव डन इज दे हैव टेकन सपोर्ट ऑफ आरडीडीएल्स. We will help you, we will be with you. And if you see the compartment position right now, मैती जी ये स्लेट आप देखिए इधर वेस्ट बंगाल नहीं है, अगले साल हम इधर आएंगे, आपको दिखाना पड़ेगा 10. हम साथ में है, हम एएचसी सर के साथ, पूरा टीम के साथ, हमारा ट्रेड डिवीजन आपके साथ है. यू कैन सी छत्तीसगढ़ 6 है, महाराष्ट्र ने ऑलमोस्ट डबल डिजिट पार करके 14 कंपार्टमेंट बना दिया, ओडिशा ने 1, तमिलनाडु ने 12, उत्तर प्रदेश ने 2. अभी देखिए ना क्या क्या लोग बना सकते हैं कंपार्टमेंट. ऐसा नहीं मुर्गी की फार्म में ही करना है. यू कैन डू अ कंपार्टमेंट फॉर ब्रीडर, यू कैन डू अ कंपार्टमेंट फॉर फीड, पेरेंट स्टॉक, हैचिंग एग्स, लेयर ब्रीडर, एसपीएफ, स्टेबल एग्स. कंपार्टमेंट इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट. कंपार्टमेंट इज एज पर द ओई नॉर्म्स. सो यू कैन डू फॉर वट एवर यू वांट. दैट शुड बी an idea for you. Now we export opportunities. Now I want you to catch up with this slide. This slide I prepared from the greatest exporter from Namakkal, Sasti Kumar. Please be aware of the facts. हवा में हम बोलेंगे नहीं एक्सपोर्ट कर देंगे, ऐसा नहीं होगा. अभी देखिए ना ये वाला वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ये एज ऑन डेट 5 फरवरी का कितना पड़ता है एक के लिए, अंडा का कास्ट क्या है, अंडा किधर एक्सपोर्ट कर सकता है, ये देखिए. 5 रुपए कास्ट है, पैकिंग कास्ट आ गया आपको, 1 रुपए 25 पैसा, कंटेनर एक्सपोर्ट के लिए 12 पैसा, मुंबई भेजना पड़ेगा आपको इधर से. 6.77 इज योर FOB बोलता है, मतलब रेडी फॉर डिस्पैच, फ्री फॉर बोर्डिंग. रेडी फॉर डिस्पैच के लिए इतना पड़ता है. देन वी से दैट CIF, कस्टम्स, इंश्योरेंस एंड फ्राइट. CIF, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड दिस वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्लाइड. आज का दिन में आपको 7.38 पड़ेगा, मगर इंपोर्टर लेगा इधर लेगा, FOB से लेगा. इफ somebody can buy at FOB, they can buy at this price. But what is the today's price? Today's price is, you can see, presently selling $30 for 360 eggs. Magar Netherlands is competing with $35. Why? Their eggs are little superior करके बोल रहा है. So people are buying at $35. Our eggs are bought at $30, which equates to almost like 0.8, 0.9 cents. But there is a great opportunity. Can we get our eggs at $35? Suppose आपको $35 मिल गया, almost like आपको है ना 7 से जाके 10-12 पैसा ज्यादा मिल जाएगा. अराउंड 8 rupees you will get as an entity. Coming into the meat, this is again as on date. As on date meat mein aap dekhiye, we are able to get FOB of 150 rupees. What is FOB? If you see 140 rupees is the present cost, including everything processing. इधर से आप मुंबई भेजना पड़ेगा अगर आपनो you have to send it for GCC, गल्फ कंट्री को भेजना है तो. अगर रशिया भेजना है, अगर आप ईस्टर्न रीजन में भेजना है अलग होगा, मगर आपको क्या ना ट्रांसपोर्टेशन टू मुंबई इज ऑलमोस्ट 7.8 रुपीस पर किलो. 2.4 rupees आपको डॉक्यूमेंटेशन चार्जेस हो जाएगा. दैट मीन्स FOB is almost 150 rupees. So then you have CIF, which will add another, you can see here, more than 5 rupees or 6 rupees, presently around $1.89. Dollar term mein lena hai to $1.89. And if you see the dollars at 83 that I'm taking, the price is 156. What is an opportunity? Opportunity is here. Idhar padhiye. इंटरनेशनल मार्केट में अभी चिकन का क्राइसिस हो गया, इसलिए $2 to $2.1 बाई करने के लिए तैयार है. अगर आप अग्रवाल जी इधर नहीं है लग रहा है, तैयार हो जाइए. रेट कंपटीशन करना है तो कर सकते हैं. आज स्केलर का मैं देख रहा हूं, अपॉर्चुनिटी तो है. हिसाब लगा के, प्लान लगा के, कमिटमेंट करके करिए. So this is our AQCS brand 1. Under trade division and under health division, we are maintaining beautiful facility at 10 acres in Bangalore, which is like world class. All our AQCS are world class, but this नया बना है, European Union compliant है. हम आपको उधर बुला के कोचिंग करेंगे. हम आपको उधर ही बुला के कोचिंग करेंगे. So कैसे एक्सपोर्ट हो सकता है, 1 day workshop or a 3 day workshop we can organize. How to do it? This is our beautiful facility of AQCS in Bangalore. This is a facility, and we have a YouTube link there. Kindly type as AQCS Bangalore. You will have a beautiful facility to be visited, how the things have been done. Right? So let me move on to a final 2 minutes case study. ये case study कैसा है? देखिए इसका case study मैंने कावेरी को ही चुना. I don't know how many of you know PKV. माइती साहब तो मालूम होगा, स्कूल टीचर था. स्कूल टीचर बन के क्या किया? Started a poultry farm in 600 birds in 76. 600 birds in 76. Where is he now? You can say he is the first exporter. 10,000 farmer का इकट्ठा कर दिया in 90s itself. नमक्कल में. उनका son है. अभी देखिए ना आगे बढ़िए. If you see how they have done, he created NECC, Namakkal Egg Coordination Committee. My produce, my price. Namakkal Egg Coordination Committee आगे जाके NECC बना. That is the story. And if you see here, now the 10,000 farmers. Do you know what is the story of export started first? एक दोस्त आया कुवैत से उनको, ये दोस्त ने उनको बोला आप एक्सपोर्ट कर सकते हो. So ये दोस्ती का मामले से now they are where they are now. If you see here, they are exporting to 15 plus countries. An interesting factor here is they could design the box. They could design the box to take 1312 boxes. लिख लीजिए, ये स्लाइड में नहीं है. 1312 boxes for each container, which has increased from 1018. 1018 was the international norms for packing. India's are very, very innovative. हमने क्या कर दिया? We have increased it to 1032 so that you can have 4,75,000 eggs per container. They are exporting almost 1.5 million eggs per day. उनका packing देख लीजिए, इतना neatly they have captured almost GCC. They have entered into Africa. Why is they are supporting here, acknowledging here Government of India. Easy certification, competitive Indian egg price, packing standards, immediate shipment systems. So this is the advantage of India. Help to gain confidence in the international buyers. Clean egg production. जैसे हम बोलते हैं clean meal production, ऐसे हम लोग जाना पड़ेगा clean egg production. He is Mr. Senthil. This is our officer, Dr. Bishwas, who was here also in Calcutta earlier. Now he is in Chennai. Our entire team is with you. Only thing is you have to find out the customer in the world. Find out the customer in the world, come with the standards, we will help you to make standards. Even we have captured Malaysian export once in the recent times. Future. So future kya karna hai sir? They say ducks up it. So you have to become a Thailand here to export into eastern part which is very, very nearer to you. Forget about Mumbai. You can go to Thailand, se aage jaake Japan de sakte ho, aage jaake Russia de sakte ho. And if you see here, Brazil is exporting in tons and tons and tons and tons of loads. They don't have any big advantage, only planning. Jaise Jimli ne bata raha tha, planning is very important. Grow the corn, grow the soya, plan it properly, competed in the international market with quality, right? And if you see here, this is the status now. Netherlands कितना छोटा country है, क्या कर रहे देखिए, कितना export कर रहा है. Almost he is the leader now. 351 million tons, 3 million tons उन्होंने export कर दिया. Followed by Turkey, very small countries, United States, Uzbekistan, Poland, Spain, Germany, Malaysia, Belgium, China. As we are seeing India in the third position in economy, I would want all of you to support to see India in this map. I would feel that Maiti ji, इधर भी हमको हमारा चित्रण बदलना है, इधर भी हमको पहुंचना है. Similarly for egg import, count कर रहे हैं sir. Germany ले रहे हैं, Netherlands ले रहे हैं, China, Belgium, United States of Emirates, Afghanistan, Mexico, Singapore, all these countries are importing. Please focus in importing countries also. These are your focus to get your pie. Similarly, chicken किधर जा रहा है sir? Who is exporting more? Brazil stands out. US number 2, European Union, Thailand, Turkey. If you see here, they are ready to cook. This data is only ready to cook. So you can use it as an opportunity for you. My last statement for all of you, including Maiti ji and the Eastern India, we are here to support you. Can West Bengal and Eastern India be Thailand and Brazil and Netherlands? This is my last slide. Thank you very much. I want you to become this fish. I want you to become this fish. This is very cozy. आप लोग आराम से इधर है. इधर से छलांग मारिए, समुद्र पार करिए. हम under the leadership of AHC sir and all of it.
Thank you, Dr. Mahesh, for your very inspiring speech. And as I expected, the end slide was very nice and beautiful. Now, may I request Mr. Paulas De and Mr. Suvendu to please come and felicitate Dr. Mahesh. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Mahesh. Now, we'll be going to the main portion of this seminar, how to do that compartmentalization procedure by Dr. Adhiraj Mishra, Assistant Commissioner, DHD, Government of West India, New Delhi. May I request again all the audience here, if you can please mute your cell phones, so that this is very important part of the discussion we are going to start. Please listen carefully so that we can all understand about the process in detail.
Sir, my respected and all the respected farmers and entrepreneurs who have come today, gathered today for learning about how we can increase the export potential and basically how we can adopt compartmentalization for better export. So, I think these things have been discussed, but just I want to highlight one thing. If you see the the fourth point, the growth of poultry sector in our country. If you see the growth of poultry sector in terms of population, it is around 17%. We carry out livestock census every 5 years. And if you see in terms of production, in the last 5 years, it is around 7 to 10%. So this is the potential. And if you look at the map of the country, which shows the heat map of the poultry density in the country, you see the south is having the very good potential. And of course, our eastern part, that is West Bengal, Odisha, Assam, they are also having a very good population, and that can be tapped for better opportunities. This is a very classical slide that how the export of our country is increasing day by day, and this is basically about poultry export. If you see that in the last 2 years, the growth of poultry export is almost in 2021-22, it was around 21% and 89% in last 22-23. And you can see the major countries which are involved for our export is basically Oman, Indonesia, Maldives, UAE, and Japan. So these are our major exporters to whom we are exporting our poultry products. So this is our potential and it is increasing. There is a very good growth and that can be tapped for better. But in spite of all these things, we have got very good potential, we have got very good opportunities, but still the diseases as well as we have, in some of the cases, there is poor biosecurity and our country becoming vulnerable to very diseases because of we have the Central Asian flyway, because of which we get the migratory birds every year. So because of this, India is vulnerable to many diseases, and of course, avian influenza is one of the major diseases. But still, Government of India has developed the action plan and many other initiatives have been taken. And what Honorable Animal Husbandry Commissioner Sir also told in the first point is that looking into all these aspects, Government of India has thought of the international process for controlling animal disease as well as promoting export. And that control measure is the process of regionalization. Regionalization is nothing but defining a particular population so that we can have the specific health status is known and the promotion of trade can be done through this regionalization process. It has got two important aspects. One is the disease-free zones and the other one is compartmentalization. So what is disease-free zone? Disease-free zone is a very bigger area and here the population is separated basically through geographical boundaries or any natural barriers like mountains, like rivers, or geographical boundaries like the states or blocks, even districts. So this is a bigger approach or disease-free zones, and a smaller approach is compartmentalization. Compartmentalization is nothing, as Sir has also explained in his remarks, Mahesh Sir has also told, and Jimli Madam has also told, it is nothing. It is just the biosecurity and the managemental principles which separate us from others, and so that we are declared as free from certain diseases, and although the disease is present outside our environment. So this has been taken up, and as we all have discussed about the advantages why we need a compartment, it will promote the export and it will define the health status. When we know the health status, it will be a very good control measure strategy. Similarly, it will support, as we discussed, it will support the One Health activities because through poultry, many diseases are also, zoonotic diseases are also transmitted to human beings. Even this is a very good example of public-private partnership also. So these are our advantages. But now the main thing comes, we have got the legislative support also. We have got under the Act, PCI-CDA Act 2009, disease reporting is possible. We have got a very good, robust action plan for avian influenza. Also, India is committed to report the diseases. So internationally also, India is very open to all these aspects. So we have got all legislative support for compartmentalization. So coming on to how we can apply for compartmentalization, how a farmer or how an entrepreneur or a poultry establishment can apply for compartmentalization. The first step is that we have got, I will explain you about the few aspects of the checklist that we have prepared and what are the requirements. But the first thing is we have got a checklist. That checklist is available in our website. Now we need that checklist, and based on that checklist, we'll prepare a document for our establishment. This document needs to be submitted to the State Animal Husbandry Department. So it is the activity, as Sir has also discussed, whenever we need to achieve something, we need to work together. So it is a combined aspect of State Animal Husbandry Department, the central government, as well as the poultry entrepreneurs. So that needs to be submitted to the State Animal Husbandry Department. The State Animal Husbandry Department will send an expert team to inspect that farm and see whether the checklist formulated by Government of India is complied or not. If it is complied and based on the recommendations of the state government. So I need to say here that the central government cannot do anything. It is based on the recommendations of the State Animal Husbandry Department. The application will reach the Government of India to Honorable Animal Husbandry Commissioner, and once it comes, we have one expert committee. That expert committee and Jimli Madam, the concerned quarantine officer from the regions are members of that committee. So they visit that particular farm, and if it complies to the conditions, the report is submitted to the ministry, and then the department issues the compartmentalization certificate. That is, it is issued for 3 years. It is valid for 3 years from the date of issue. And after 3 years, again, the re-inspection takes place. and after reinspection, it is again given for another period of 3 years. So within that period of 3 years, it is the responsibility of the state government to inspect these farms on 6 monthly basis. And besides that, since it is a compartment and it is a disease-free zone, we declare for certain diseases, here the surveillance need to be carried out at every 30 days interval. So, it is not a very big thing, because when Sir has told you about the laboratory network, I'll also explain in the latter slide that we have got the regional disease diagnostic laboratory here that is located at Calcutta, and for the eastern region, that is the Eastern Region Disease Diagnostic Laboratory. So we have got the laboratory support also. So coming on to the checklist that Government of India has prepared for defining a compartment, what a farm needs to do. So these are the broad things, but I will explain a few points on it. The first one is infrastructural facility. So what we need is that in the report, we need to explain about the type of farm we are having, number of sheds we are having, the area, and a detailed map is highly essential. Then going on to the defining the animal subpopulation that we are having, how many sheds we are having, what category of birds we are having, that we need to define. Then the most important is the biosecurity part and the surveillance part. So what we need in the biosecurity part is that, as we know, this is a disease-free part. So there are certain structural requirements, but there even the fencing with the proper green color or the black color shades, that is also possible, so that there is no entry from anything from outside. So that is most important thing. Then another thing is that nearby area inside the farm premises as well as in the boundary area, there should not be big trees, because big trees will attract the birds. And we know there may be chances of spread of certain diseases. So that should be, the trees should be cut, and that should be, if the trees are there, they should be cut to small height, and so that there will be no spread of, it will not attract the birds. Then certain other things we need to look after is for the structural requirement is that the most important thing, the entry and exit of the personnel should be recorded. Then there should be change rooms and proper washrooms for entry and exit of the poultry workers. Another important thing is that the vehicle's entry into the poultry sheds, and for a compartment, the vehicle wash system and automated wash system is also very essential. And another thing we need to look in our report is that we need to have proper SOPs for disinfections, for the type of feed they are using, the quality of the water they are using, their quality estimations should be there. Those reports should be attached. And when we discuss about the disease part, now since Government of India or any authority is giving you as a disease-free certificate for a compartment, now the most important thing before applying, one has to know is that they have to go for at least 6 months of surveillance. And the surveillance would include the diseases like avian influenza, and RDD will support for avian influenza, Newcastle disease. Then we require for E. coli and salmonella. These 4 diseases are covered for the disease testing for the last 6 months. At least the report for the last 6 months and the status of the farm should be known before applying. So this is important. Then in addition to that, you need the analysis of the feed in terms of quality as well as in terms of microbial presence, as well as the water quality should be tested. So these things, and the risk assessment also needs to be assessed about the surrounding areas. If there is a presence of any water bodies in the surrounding areas, that should be avoided. Then the population around the compartment should also be screened for, and the details should be available, and that for that we need the support of State Animal Husbandry Department. And the last part is documentation, which is the most important thing. And of course, all the farms are maintaining, but still, whenever we go for inspection of any compartment, the documentation is important, the flock register, the production register, the mortality register, then the vaccination register, and other register, and the disease testing parameters that are maintained. Those should be properly maintained, and that should be provided in the report, and they will be examined by the committee. So this is the basic requirement for a compartmentalization. While preparing the report, we should look into these aspects. Then this is not so important because I have already explained about the role of both the governments, the central government as well as the state government, what they need to do. Then, yeah, of course, this has also been told, but here, since it is a combined effort of all the three people, that is the poultry farm, the entrepreneur, the state government, as well as the central government. That is the main role of the poultry farm. That is, they need to support all these things because biosecurity principles are highly essential. Surveillance, every month surveillance is highly essential. Then is the health of the birds. In addition to the health of the birds, also the health of the workers. They need to be screened for certain diseases also. Because any good breeder farms, they do screening for salmonella also for the workers. Then another important thing is biosecurity training. The people that are working in the farm, they also need biosecurity training. So that should be there. So these aspects should be looked into. Then Mahesh sir has already described the number of compartments that we are having. And at present, because what sir told initially that during May when sir visited Paris for the General Session, Secretary Madam and Honorable Animal Husbandry Commissioner sir were there. And from there they inquired and the information from there sir immediately sent to us and we prepared the document. And at that time we had 26 valid compartments. Those were submitted to OI and they took around 3 months, 3 to 4 months. And in October, and it was the auspicious day of World Egg Day when it was approved by OI and it was released by our Honorable Minister also. So, and after that, now the number has increased to 35. So at present, we have 35 number of poultry compartments, and you can see the category that we are having. And at present, we are targeting particularly the table eggs. And of course, other parameters like hatching eggs, what Madam had shown, and SPF eggs. India is exporting them, but now we need to tap on the table eggs because many other markets like Sri Lanka has also opened up for India. Madam showed about Bangladesh, Malaysia, then now Russia is also in line. They also require eggs because, so we need compartments for that. Now this, I think, my colleague from RDDL, he will be explaining about the avian influenza surveillance, what is done. This is required for, and sir had explained about the laboratory network, and the most important thing is that the regional disease diagnostic laboratories, Kolkata is a part of that. So these are our basic laboratories. They get the samples and they carry out surveillance every month. So sample has to be submitted to them for the surveillance, and then the samples are submitted to NISHAD, and NISHAD is the laboratory that is the OA reference laboratory, World Organization for Animal Health Reference Laboratory, which gives the confirmation for avian influenza, sorry. It gives the confirmation for avian influenza. So based on the report is sent to the states if there is presence of any avian influenza. And luckily, since 2013, September 2013, 2023, we didn't have any outbreak. And in December, India has been declared free from avian influenza also. So this is the state level laboratory, the regional laboratory, and the reference laboratory. This is the network, and so we have to follow this protocol for defining any compartment also. Now, the compartmentalization is not new in our country also. It was there since 2016, rating for the compartmentalization. So our compartmentalization is the best in the country, best in the globe. And of course, I can give it with here that India is having the highest number of compartments as on date. And of course, it was not there, not reflected on the World Organization of Animal Health website, and with the support from Animal Husbandry Commissioners and with his active guidance, we could get it reported on the OA website. And very soon, the other compartments will also find its place in the list. So this is a general description how we can go for compartmentalization. And if you have any questions and if you have any queries, we can discuss later on also. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Adhiraj, for detailed SOPs of compartmentalization and industry's do's and don'ts. You have explained it very nicely. May I request you to please come here, and may I request Mr. Devdatta Biswal, Mr. Santanu Pal, and Mr. Mantu Ghosh. If you can please come up and felicitate Dr. Adhiraj Mishra. Thank you, Dr. Adiraj. Now going to the next presentation, it's disease surveillance strategy for poultry farms by Dr. Sudipta Bhatt, Assistant Director, Institute of Animal Health and Veterinary Biologicals. Dr. Sudipta, if you can please come on the dais, please.
Very good noon to one and all present here, my respected all delegates and my colleagues, farmers, industrial people. So, I am here today to present on behalf of my institute. Presently, I am working with, that is Institute of Animal Health and Veterinary Biologicals under the ARD Department, Government of West Bengal. So in our last all presentation, we have heard about the poultry industry and how fast they are growing, but still there are many threats like infectious diseases of virological and bacteriological and many other organisms. But among all of that, avian influenza is the most dangerous threat for avian industry. So also in our last presentation, Dr. Adiraj sir has mentioned that surveillance is important for the compartmentalization and getting the export certificates and all. So briefly about the avian influenza virus, it is a very dangerous virus because it is a RNA virus, and that too it has segmented genome. So it has many segments. That's why during the multiplication process and till date there are several strains and subtypes, and among of that, as per the World Organization of Animal Health, the H5 and H7 types mostly mentioned as a avian influenza and known as highly pathogenic avian influenza or HPAI. Okay, and because of these segmented RNA, there are many genetic events like genetic reassortments and antigenic drift. So there is always mutations and generation of new subtypes. So that's why the disease is very difficult to control. And regarding the history, since the first detection, the disease is highly pathogenic. Mortality is around 100%. So, and affecting several organs. So there is a necessity of action plan because the disease is very much threatful. So our government of India has already have their national action plan, which has been first time established in 2005, and then several times it has been renewed. And recently we are following the 2021 guideline of action plan. Now, what is the importance of surveillance? Why it's needed? Disease surveillance is the integral and key component for the veterinary services also, and also the growth for industry, because we have heard that for export of products also surveillance is important, and early warning of disease. From surveillance we can know the warning signs of the disease, and proper planning and monitoring of disease control programs, and provision of sound animal health advice to farmers, and export certification. For export we need surveillance, proper surveillance. Okay, and also if we want to declare the freedom from the disease, for that also we need the surveillance program. So what is surveillance actually? Surveillance means it's nothing but the to know the understand the disease, which time that it refers to the looking for the disease. Now, what are the strategies of the surveillance? Briefly, I will. For surveillance, we need to focus all those where the outbreak has been already occurred, and from there we are going to surveillance the disease. That is the passive surveillance. So both active and passive surveillance should continuously going on. And also it composed of random and targeted approaches. Random means through wherever the susceptible populations of poultry birds are there, and targeted means where previously outbreaks has been occurred. From those areas we can go for surveillance. And mostly special emphasis should be given on that already previously sir has mentioned that live bird market and wetland and border areas. Those are the mostly prone areas from where the disease has been spread. So special emphasis during the surveillance and collection of sample, the special emphasis should be given on those areas, live bird market, wetland and border areas. And surveillance already told that it should include both poultry and migratory birds. Now, what are the components of surveillance? Mainly three components, that is clinical surveillance, serological surveillance, and virological surveillance. Clinical surveillance is detection of the clinical signs at the flock level. Then second one is serological surveillance, where we are detecting the antibodies against the avian influenza virus. And virological surveillance, here mainly we are detecting the nucleic acids and from the swab samples. That is the biological surveillance. Now coming to our institute, from where we're getting samples and we are focusing in our surveillance, that is the state Odisha, Jharkhand, Bihar, Andaman Nicobar, Sikkim and our West Bengal. These 6 jurisdictions is under our RDDL, Eastern region. So we are getting samples from these places and performing our regular surveillance. And the samples collecting, that's the serum sample and swab samples from cloacal, tracheal and environmental origin. And if fecal samples also, because avian influenza virus mostly multiply in the GI tract, gastrointestinal tract. So fresh fecal samples are also a very good sample for the surveillance. And samples of the dead birds should be sent, and that should be fresh and not putrefied. So these are the samples. And in our lab, what are the techniques we are mainly, after getting a sample, we are following? That is egg inoculation and hemagglutination inhibition, RT-PCR for the detection of nucleic acid, and to the main lab. If any routine sample first coming, so we are cataloging the samples. The 2 types of samples I told that one is sera samples and one is swab and environmental samples. This is going for the serological surveillance. This is for virological surveillance. So in serological surveillance, we are doing ELISA to detect the avian influenza virus antibodies, and if positive, then we are going HI against hemagglutination inhibition against known antibodies of H5 and H7 origin. Then if positive, in the samples are sending to the main surveillance lab. And in case of virological surveillance, swab samples, we are first inoculating in the eggs. And we are then after inoculation, we are observing those eggs for 96 hours. If there is mortality and death of the embryo, then we are going for the HA of allantoic fluids. Then if there is positive, then third step we are going for the RT-PCR. Then there is positive, then we are further sending for the confirmatory diagnosis. This is the routine sample processing protocol in our lab for surveillance. Now finally, coming to the what we should do, the control and preventive measures for avian influenza. So first one is that's cleaning, disinfection and cleaning and disinfection. That is the biosecurity measures. Everyone has mentioned this, that is very important. And also generate awareness. For every problem, the awareness is most important. We can tell that way out to solve any problem. Awareness. So each and every stakeholders of the farmers, industry, they should aware about this avian influenza. And also in village level, also the farmers, integrated farmers, they have been, they need to be get aware. And if there is any outbreak or sudden mortality, they should send the samples immediately, and also stamping out and culling out of the, because this virus is very highly spreadable and spread very rapidly, and quarantine and movement control and biosecurity measures. This is the main way out to control the disease. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sudipta, for detailed presentations on the surveillance. Mr. Siddhartha Sina, Mr. Balai Sankhi, and Mr. Bablu Kundu, if you can please come up on the dais and felicitate Dr. Siddhartha Bhatt. Can I have a big round of applause for Dr. Siddhartha? Dr. Sudipta. Thank you, Dr. Sudipta. So going on to the next presentations, may I request Dr. Sudipta Haldar, Director of Aggregate Research and Advisory Private Limited, to share his practical experience on the compartmentalization. The floor is yours, Dr. Haldar.
Thank you very much. I really don't know whether I'm suitable for this audience or not, but anyway, since I'm having some opportunity to share my experience, let me do this one. Now again, where is Modonda? Modonda, please, I'll again, just some points you should keep in mind. We are talking about exporting eggs, isn't it? So exporting eggs is fine. Now the nearest countries where we can export is definitely Bangladesh, Bhutan and Nepal. And they are really in need of eggs. Now have you ever considered that what is exactly their requirement? Means what type of eggs they do need? What should be the color of the shell? What should be the weight of the eggs? We are talking about the eggs export. But first of all, we should think about this particular point, that what exactly their needs are. We are really in a state where we produce small white-shelled eggs. But in all the countries you go, they will require big, minimum 60 to 65 grams of eggs, and that should be brown eggs. So probably if you are really interested to go for export, that point has to be taken care of. You should promote to your friends that better you can think of rearing hens which produce brown eggs. That is one point. The second point is that we are talking about disease diagnosis labs, disease diagnosis. Okay, that is fine. Now one thing we should keep in mind, that avian influenza doesn't come suddenly. It doesn't come in one day. It starts from somewhere. So it is always better to be proactive than reactive. Instead of collecting samples, sending them to the laboratory, there are much advanced technologies nowadays. We are having FTA cards. So if you start this surveillance practice from today itself, probably you will be 10 steps ahead to produce some compartments before this next KIPF. FTA cards are available. You can take the impression. You can suggest your doctors to collect the swabs from the trachea, spread it over the FTA card, send it to any laboratory where this RT-PCR can be done. Easiest way, cost-effective way, and definitely it is a mathematical deduction that whether avian influenza is there or not. So my request to you will be to initiate this program immediately. FTA cards are available, laboratories are available, anybody can do this RT-PCR. Please keep this in mind. Now, here I am to share my experience when I was working with the Amrit group of companies. I was in a project where we planned to have some compartmentalization process in practice. And honestly speaking, I must thank the Animal Quarantine Division. At that point of time, Dr. Dipankar Biswas was there. He is my senior. And he helped us a lot. So I definitely assume that whenever anybody from here will approach the quarantine division of the Government of India, he or she will be getting that assistance. And the second assistance we received from the State Animal Husbandry Department. We approached them as well. I don't remember who was the director at that time, but we got overwhelming support from them as well. That yes, you please come forward and we are there to help you. So those supports, since we got it 7-8 years ago, so probably the same support will be extended to you all at this point of time as well. Now, as Dr. Mishra has defined that what is compartmentalization, so I don't need to define it once again. The point is that there are two terminologies. One is what is called zoning and another one is called compartmentalization. So zoning is something where a cluster of farms are converted to a disease-free area. This means that if we consider a village with say 5 or 10 kilometers radius and we find 100 of farms over there, in that case probably they can be converted to a disease-free area. So this is one approach. Another approach is, to start with, probably it is much better to have a single farm complex to be converted to a compartment. That is a much easier approach. Because you cannot say that all the farms located in a particular village or in a particular locality will be of homogeneous nature. They may not be of the same nature. But if you consider a single farm, probably it will be much easier to convert it to a compartment, because there are a number of points which one must take into consideration to convert an existing practice to a compartment. So this is very much important. So to start with, it is always better to find out certain areas where some farms are located with some specific characteristic feature which can be converted to a compartment. Now, while going for the compartmentalization, the process is really simple. This compartmentalization is nothing but an improved biosecurity measure. So everybody who is here in this audience and practicing this egg production business should keep this in mind, that this is nothing but a implementation of biosecurity. And this has to be done for one's own interest. It is for one's own interest, because the biosecurity is the only thing that can make people survive in this competitive world. So once a person, an entrepreneur involved in this egg production business can understand that where are the leakage points and what are the sources of the problems, then probably it is very easy to plug those points, those loopholes. Say for example, here the sources are people, the animals, the inanimate objects, as well as some organic products. So they get entry into the farm and they become the source of the potential problem. And finally, this actually affects the shed, this actually affects the output, be it meat, be it egg, or whatever. So this is the basic point. So another point is that these vector movement, traffic movement, the degree of exposure, the boundary to shed distance, all these things has been described very nicely by Dr. Mishra. I need not to repeat all the things once again. The point is that the cumulative effect is the susceptibility of the flock. So the susceptibility of flock, it increases, and that actually hampers with the productivity. And so if anybody wants to sustain his or her productivity in terms of egg or meat production, these points have to be taken care of. And finally, all this concerted effect will lead to the compartmentalization of a farm. The point is, there are certain critical control points actually. 5 or 6 critical control points. For example, the location. You all know that location should be far away from the locality. Then the vehicular movements, where from the vehicles are coming. Most important thing is that where your feed mill is located. Say for example, you are having a farm here and you are having a feed mill there, and you are transporting the feed from this position to that position. Your farm is under a compartment, but the feed carrying vehicle, it is coming through villages where there are diseases, maybe avian influenza or maybe Newcastle disease, anything. So this vehicle is coming through that particular area. The truck driver, he spends some time in some tea stalls, some desi murgis are roaming here and there. He may get the infection. That is very important. So vehicular movement into the farm and out of the farm, within the farm and surrounding the farm. Extremely important point. Extremely important point. Then the population density. The population density means if the population density is extremely high, there is always possibility that the people will move out, they will carry some diseases, they will bring in some diseases. You never know that which of the farm personnel will interact with those persons who may be carrying the infection. And if this is the case, in that case, the chance of this infection spreading into the farm increases manifold. That is another problem. Then proximity to the barren land and proximity to the forest area. Dr. Mishra has described that one very nicely. So you all know that what should be. Water body, similarly the migratory birds problem, and feed source, which I have just described right now. Now, if we consider the location, this is a farm complex. Ideally, it looks excellent because there is nothing surrounding there, but there are a lot of trees. These lot of trees, and it is adjoining a forest area. So there is a high possibility that there may be some mutation taking place in the birds. The virus may get mutated. The wild birds may fly over the farm complex, put some droppings over there, and from there the infection may spread. The second one, this is comparatively better, but still it is having some problem because again there are a large forest area surrounding this area. Actually, these are the points which have been taught to us by Dr. Dipankar Biswas anyway. Now, probably this is a location which is best suitable to convert a farm to a compartment. I am not sure whether we are going to get such locations in West Bengal. Maybe in Purulia, in some places, we may get such type of locations. This is just a barren land. There is nothing surrounding this farm complex. And if we consider this particular farm, no, it is not suitable. This one, it is also not suitable. And this one is absolutely, it is going to be marked in negative. If this type of farms are there, one must not even think about compartmentalization or even biosecurity. And I'm damn sure that this type of farms are going to have a lot of problems. And in fact, he or she is losing a huge money keeping this type of surroundings around his farm. So please make a note of these points, that where the farm should be located, the location of the farm is extremely important. There must not be intermingling of population, vehicles, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, and this is very important. There are 3 zones. Number 1 is a red zone where maximum contamination takes place. Then the red zone, from there should be a big signage that the visitors must obey the biosecurity norm. And once the visitors are allowed to pass through this particular area, then they enter into the green zone where the contamination is being made free. The contamination is being made free. And once this green area is over, then everything goes into the blue zone where there is no contamination. So maintaining the integrity of this blue zone is the most important part in the story of compartmentalization. So long you can maintain this integrity of this blue zone, it is perfect. But if this blue zone is having some dots with green or red zones, then you are gone. This is the main thing which one must keep in mind. So ideally, if we take an overview, this should be the structure. The red zone, where the office complex, everything is located. And once this area is crossed, then you enter into the green zone. And from the green zone, there should be a red zone, a blue zone, which is absolutely free from any sort of contamination. So this is what we have been taught, in fact. Now this movement control means the human movement. Extremely important. What should be the pathway? This is the pathway. Means once the main barrier is crossed and you are entering inside the office complex, which is termed as the the interface of the red and the green zone, then here is the main barrier. This main barrier is actually making everything free of contamination. The contamination must be made free in this area. And if the movement starts on the right direction, it should move on that direction only, and there must not be any entry from the exit point or no exit from the entry point. This has to be kept in mind. This has to be kept in mind. Here, actually, the main problem lies with the workers. You have to keep the workers confined within the farm. If you cannot keep the workers confined within the farm, very difficult to maintain the integrity of this infection-free zone. Now, for example, if you allow the farmers or the workers stay inside the farm complex with their families, is it possible? Practically, it is not possible. Because practically, you cannot keep your workers with their families inside a farm complex confined within the farm complex. They have their children, they will go to school, they will go to the market, and definitely they will bring some infection inside. Extremely important point. So there should be a policy regarding how to keep the workers within the farm. How much you should allow to go out and how much you should allow not to go in. This has to be taken care of. Now this is the area actually which is a diagrammatic representation of how the the human movement should take place. Anybody who is coming from the office block or directly from the roadside, they should have a changeover, they should have a bath, they should have a wash, change their dresses, and then finally they will be allowed to enter into the farm complex. Extremely important. So definitely there should be a designated wash area and changing area. This has to be there in every farm which is planning for compartmentalization. Be it meat, be it egg, be it whatever. This is as good as a GP farm, the grandparent farm. Here also the same thing has to be done. So this is most important and this has to be kept in mind. So the infrastructure facility was what Dr. Mitra was saying, that all the farms may not have that particular infrastructure facility. This infrastructure facility is extremely important and every farm has to be very much vigilant about this particular point. Vehicular movement. I have seen many farms where a vehicular wash is there, but that is just for eye wash. It is not like that eye wash. Important thing is that the vehicular wash, see the second picture, that fog should be there. The fog should cover the entire vehicle. The fog should cover the entire vehicle. And the third picture actually shows that how much distance the vehicle should move. The vehicular movement should carry on in such a way. Yeah, sure, no problem. So the vehicular movement should be made in such a way so that the wheel at least takes one round, one rotation, so that the entire wheel comes in contact with the disinfectant. And this is the vehicular movement within the farm. That can be easily seen that as it is with the, the human movement, it should be one way only. It must not have a secondary movement within the farm. One of the major important thing is the litter disposal. The litter disposal is extremely important because the litter disposal, it is quite challenging as well. Because where to dispose the litter, how to take the litter out. Because the litter, if it comes out, because it creates a sort of secondary contamination or secondary contaminated zone. So this secondary contaminated zone is very much important, and secondary contaminated zone, the load should be as low as possible there. And this is another point is that the post-mortem and the, yeah. Huh?
মাইক লাগবে
না অ্যাকচুয়ালি দিস ইজ আমি তো এটা যেটা প্র্যাকটিক্যালি আমি করেছি সেটাই আমি করেছি হ্যাঁ সো দ্যাট ইজ দ্য থিং অ্যাকচুয়ালি নাথিং এলস না আই হ্যাভ নাথিং মাচ টু সে দিস ইজ জাস্ট আ টার্মিনাল পার্ট সো দ্য প্রাইমারি জোন মিনস actually everybody should have the idea about the primary zone, the red zone, the blue zone, the green zone and the blue zone. That's it. Nothing else. সেই আইডিয়াটা যদি ক্লিয়ার হয়ে যায়, probably there should not be any other problem. So এই definition and এই আইডিয়াটা হচ্ছে কি most important thing which one should keep in mind. Sorry. So what I need to say here is that it is not at all difficult to accomplish, nothing difficult to accomplish. The main thing is that the biosecurity, so the basic principles of biosecurity, that has to be kept in mind. That's it. So once it is done, once it is made and once it is implemented, then the compartmentalization is not really a very difficult thing to do, but the one thing is that the surveillance, the advanced technology of the disease detection and the type of the export that we are looking for. That's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Haldar. Thanks for sharing the practical experiences.
Your idea is like laboratory. We are may not thinking about the testing of the Avian Influenza. My idea is like that. Most of all disease and bacterial disease and meat analytical lab is required for the farm. We are thinking about it. And we also production is central lab that will be fitting the local lab. Our intention not will be we will be testing the Avian Influenza. Our intention. Time is very short.
All notifiable diseases as per why there is a way how to collect the sample, how to dispatch the sample, who you will test which disease. Already there is a guideline in the government by the government of India which is followed by the country. It is not that anybody or everybody can do each and every test. One can do it, but that will not have the validity. You go through the Avian Influenza Action Plan. There is a detail. Everything is detailed, right? So we cannot simply say that we have to do this way or that way. This kind of is not a because there is a way of doing it. That is the only point. So just follow the action plan. Just follow the action plan.
Thank you, sir. Now, may I request Mr. Pradeep Chatterjee and Ratan Basu if you can please quickly come and felicitate Dr. Haldar. Thank you, sir. Now may I request Professor Borul Roy, Dr. Animesh Sikdar, Dr. Chandana Manna, Dr. Anup Chakraborty, if you can all come on the dais, we will felicitate you as well. May I request Mr. Madan Maitya and Mr. Adarsh Roy, if you can please come up and felicitate, and Mr. Samir Agarwal, sir.
The memento will. Memento. Sir, see there. Sir, here, sir. Sir. Oh, yes, okay. Okay. Sir, see this here, sir. Sir.
Thank you. Now may I request Dr. Hybiztv, Animal Husbandry Commissioner, Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying, Government of India, if you can please come and have your concluding remarks, sir.
আপনার নামটা বলবেন আর তারপরে বলবেন প্রশ্নটা। I think Mahesh, you should come. Adhiraj, Jimli, Sudipto, all who have presented, please come so that you can address the question. Madan Babu, आप भी आ जाइए, अच्छा लगेगा, मुझे थोड़ा डर कम लगेगा। टीम बन गया। हाँ, यहाँ पे लोग पता नहीं बंगाल में हंसी कम हो गया क्या थोड़ा? चलिए, बोलिए।
Sir, my name is Devdutt Biswal. I'm from Odisha actually, so we have a couple of farmers here invited by Madanda. So I'm a president of our association. So just a couple of questions to you. See, we had like you just talked about growing the whole production in Eastern Zone. Our state government is also doing their best to do it, and we have a target to another 25 lakhs in next 3 years to grow, 25 lakhs eggs per day. So from costing side. So we have been requesting our state government for a couple of things, like the cost of feed has grown up like anything in the past 3 years, I would say. So for example, our GST many times.
Now, what is your question?
Question is what
about question is limited with the compartmentalization.
Sorry.
Question is limited.
No. This is.
So what is your question?
So what central government is doing to help the farmers to reduce the feed cost? For example, we have been requesting.
I got it. The feed cost is a problem.
Yeah.
You see, the feed cost is.
And availability also, sir.
No, you see, it is a very simple market economy. Demand versus supply. Right? And supply is linked with the production.
Yeah.
So, for example, maize. You see what is the cropping area under the maize? Most of the farmers, they are growing rice and wheat. We have to teach our farmers that only wheat and rice are not only the crop, there is also crop like maize, soybean, and all those things can be grown. That's what my point is. You and me we can create a policy, but I cannot ask and tell you that you don't grow rice, you grow maize. You will not listen to me. It is a state subject. Number one. Number two, we have to also find out a opportunity to find in the market what are the other alternatives we have for all those sources. Because you see, any livestock industry, particularly poultry industry, 75% of the total cost is nutrition. Everybody knows it. And if this problem could have been solved just one day, in one meeting, the whole industry will be so very happy. It's like you asked a question like, when India will come out of the poverty? How can I tell? It's a very difficult question. Well appreciated. I didn't, just a minute, I didn't stop you, but I think today what we should do now, we should restrict our question only to compartmentalization aspect. Okay. Because otherwise what will be done, the purpose of the things will be diluted. We have well taken your question.
Yeah.
Dr. Adhiraj is also from Odisha.
Adhiraj.
Commissioner, right? Adhiraj is from Odisha. So I give you the now clue.
Yeah.
Clue and link.
I'll speak to him.
And then.
Thank you.
He is working with
Sir,
me.
I am adding it in visual. Sir, 2010, our state having a production only 0.4 million metric ton of maize. Now we have produced 2.9 million metric ton of maize. But here, many of the ethanol plant has been settled. Our idea, 0.8 million metric ton maize will be go to the ethanol. My sincere request, it is not possible, but request to intervene about the low percentage of use of ethanol. Maximum like that.
Right. So next question.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Abdus Thakur. I am from NutriX CUD. Sir, my question is, what kind of government support we can get monetary support for compartmentalization and for export of poultry, eggs or chicken.
You are telling
monetary support.
Monetary support?
Yes, sir. Monetary support for compartmentalization.
We don't as such we don't give any support except HIDF. There is a program called HIDF program that Animal Husbandry Infrastructure Development Fund. There, if you apply for modernization of a poultry farm, there is a opportunity for getting the
for export as such there is no monetary support.
No. You see, export we don't have any monetary support.
Okay.
Because this also create a WTO. You cannot give you subsidy. You see, we are playing in the market. That would have been very easy. I give you a subsidy, but that will also attract the WTO, right?
And sir, one to Mahesha, like you said that you are planning a training and all in Bangalore facility. So we have a couple of big farmers in Odisha also who like to export. So it would be very nice if you can invite a couple of farmers from Odisha also. So
definitely.
Yeah.
See, the point is we will organize need-based program. Kindly write to us through associations like West Bengal Poultry Association. We can do a one batch 20 people because we have facilities for 20 people.
Right. Maybe combinedly.
We can do a combinedly. You can immediately come. Our facilities are ready. Maybe after March. Now the slots are full. We'll do a hand holding. We will coach you. And we will take you through the experienced people. We'll bring Senthil, we'll bring Sasti Kumar who are already experiencing. Because rather than me speaking, people who are already exporting, they will coach you. So footballer should be a coach for footballer. A cricketer should be a coach for cricketer. So we'll do that, don't worry.
Thank you.
Any question about Sono Sarkar?
आप बैठिए फिर आप बैठिए अभी
আমি বলছিলাম যে আমরা যে কম্পার্টমেন্টাল সার্টিফিকেট যেটা আনতে যাচ্ছি তার জন্য আমাদের মানিটারি সাপোর্ট উনি যেটা বললেন আর কি আমরা অ্যাকচুয়ালি বিজনেস করতে গেলে তো আমাদের মানিটারি সাপোর্ট আমরা নিয়েই করতে প্রজেক্টের মধ্যে আমাদের ঢুকে থাকবে অলরেডি এখন এখন আজকে যা শুনলাম যা এক্সপিরিয়েন্স যা হলো আমার এই যে আজকের অনুষ্ঠানটা যা হয়েছে যা বুঝতে পেরেছি তাতে আমাদের বায়োসিকিউরিটি ব্যাপারটা মূল দরকার এখানে বায়োসিকিউরিটি একদম 100 to 100% আমাদের বায়োসিকিউরিটি দরকার
বাস
এটাই আমাদের মেন অবজেকশন থাকবে এবং ক্লিননেস এছাড়া হেলথ অ্যাওয়ারনেস এবং ভ্যাকসিনেশন প্রোগ্রাম প্রপার ভ্যাকসিনেশন প্রোগ্রাম এবং আচ্ছা আর হচ্ছে আপনার লেবার ম্যানেজমেন্ট লেবারকে এন্ট্রান্স যে সিস্টেমটা ভেহিকেল
আপনি আপনার প্রশ্নটা বুঝতে পেরেছি আমি আপনাকে আরো সহজ করে বলে দিচ্ছি
এগুলো আমাদের খুবই দরকার
আমি আরো সহজ করে বলে দিচ্ছি এই রুমের মধ্যে আমরা যারা বসে আছি সবাই কোভিড সার্ভাইভড একটা ক্ল্যাপ তো হওয়া উচিত যে কোভিড সার্ভাইভার তার মানে কি অ্যাটলিস্ট আমরা যারা এই হলে বসে আছি তারা যে কোভিডের যে বায়োসিকিউরিটি মেজার্স ছিল সময়ে সময়ে হাত ধোয়া বায়োসিকিউরিটি মেজার ফলো করা বাইরের জিনিস ভেতরে আসতে না দেওয়া এলে সেটাকে কি করে ভেতরে আসতে দেবো ইউ থিঙ্ক your drawing room, your own house was exactly compartment at that point of time, right?
Yes.
So, after COVID, compartmentalization has become so very easy because we have all experienced through our life. It is not a new concept. And then also, you also remember, I think those are little bit of my age, or maybe Madanda also, maybe my age. When a newborn baby comes, earlier days, there was a period of 21 days we used to call Atur in Bengali.
Yes.
Huh? What is that? That is nothing but biosecurity. कि बच्चे का इम्यूनिटी उतना अच्छा डेवलप नहीं हुआ तो बाहर का लोगों से मिलेगा नहीं और मिलेगा भी तो बाहर का लोग थोड़ा हाथ पैर धो के मुंह बांध के आके देखेगा ज़्यादा हाथ नहीं उठाएगा These are, you see, it is already within us and we have to use that in a scientific manner, number one. Number two, we have to document it. That will be verifiable so that anybody visit your farm, আপনার ফার্মে কে এলো যেন দেখাতে পারেন আপনার কাছে রেকর্ড থাকে নাম্বার থ্রি যেটা খুব বেশি ইম্পর্টেন্ট রোল অফ স্টেট গভর্নমেন্ট কারণ আমি তো একবার করে সেন্ট্রাল গভর্নমেন্ট আপনাকে 3 বছরের জন্য দে উইল গিভ ইউ দ্য কম্পার্টমেন্ট এভরি 6 months it has to go for surveillance mechanism so state government has to active. It has to be very, very active. You cannot do compartmentalization without the active role and cooperation of state government.
Why Tamil Nadu is successful? Why Maharashtra is successful? Because they have developed already a disease diagnostic laboratory at the state level, at the district level. So this kind of a mechanism. So what is very important for you, for a federation or poultry association, Dr. Anime should be most important person.
Yes.
So I was interested that today we could invite our Secretary Animal Husbandry or somebody that level, because that is so very important that they have a commitment that I will do it. Because without that surveillance report, आपने बना लिया, you have created everything, but there is no surveillance report, your money will go in waste. तो पहला काम है स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को कमिट करना पड़ेगा, उसको बताना पड़ेगा कि yes, I will do it and I can do it and I am doing it. Number one. Number two, then you have to create your infrastructure facility. Third is application. Fourth is scrutiny and inspection. Fifth is issuing. Simple. इसमें कोई rocket science नहीं है, बहुत आसान है. और आप मुझे बताएं ना, तमिलनाडु का लोग कर लिया, उड़ीसा में एक है, ये में महाराष्ट्र में इतना लोग कर, तो आप लोग नहीं कर पाएंगे, बिल्कुल कर पाएंगे.
जरूर करेंगे सर, जरूर करेंगे, जरूर
बिल्कुल बढ़िया.
100%.
One farmer from the Bihar having a capacity of 4 lakhs.
बिहार से कौन है? अरे बिहार
मेरे पास आया, प्लीज.
Anybody from बिहार? बिहार से कोई है यहाँ पे?
है, इधर मेरे पास आया सर.
कौन है बिहार से? भाई फिर मैं बताऊंगा आई एम बोर्न इन मुंगेर जमालपुर, फिर आप हाथ उठाएंगे.
I think he's not here at present.
आप
Yes, sir. I had a question. So I represent a small layer from in the district of Paschim Midnapur. So this compartmentalization or biosecurity, these mainly talk about the supply side of things in the export market, where we are perfecting it. So I was wondering if there are any similar government resources which will help us tap into the demand side as well. So basically, how do we reach out to the correct contact points in order to find the proper customers or the sources of demands in the neighboring countries?
A farmer from the West Bengal. Now we have to need the export wherever all over the country, world, globally.
I think
for that this program is being generated.
No, your question is that demand.
Yes.
Like how if I have a compartmentalized facility, how do I know where I need to send?
That's right, sir. Yes.
2 ways. You will be notified in WOW website, so people can contact you directly. And when you go for export, that's the reason the training is required. There is a way to know that where from the demand arises. And there is already an organization called APIDA. Right? So APIDA actually एक बात क्या करना पड़ेगा मदन साहब, एक बार APIDA के साथ भी इन लोगों का मीटिंग करा दीजिए, है ना? तो APIDA क्या करता है? APIDA is promotion for only export only, है ना? They know the demand, then they will approach you, they will tell you, so they help you on that. You see, that's what I am telling. Question यही है, जब Amazon ने I order posto from Bardhaman, it reaches in Delhi. ठीक? खेजूर गुड़, जयनगर मोआ, जा रहा है ना? कौन भेज रहा है? कोई बड़ा फार्मर तो भेज नहीं रहा है. Only thing is that first time will be difficult. This is a first workshop. We are sensitizing people. That's the purpose. That you should have a more and more question. You can discuss internally. If you need further requirement, what we can do, we can have a one online session, right? We can have a one online session. Then subsequently, we can have another physical program. It is all possible. You can come for training. But पहले ऐसे ना, आज बहुत ज़्यादा खा लेंगे तो फिर हजम मुश्किल हो जाएगा. आज थोड़ा इसको पचा लेते हैं. और बताइए, any question? हाँ, बोलिए.
Hello, my name is Rajatesh Ganguly. I have a question. I want to know that whether there is a compartmentalization in the export market, because ma'am, the data which she gave, it gives an indication of an average egg price of 4 rupee per piece. Now in another slide we have seen a 7 rupee price. Of course, in another presenter has told that in US and Middle East, it is the egg weight which counts, egg size. But is it there is a compartment? Is the market different for two?
বুঝে গেছি রাজদা, বসুন। কেমন আছেন? ভালো আছেন? বাহ, এই তো। না আমি চিনি ওনাকে।
এটা আমাদের ঠিক করতে হবে। এটা তো সার্টিফিকেটের সঙ্গে এর কোনো সম্পর্ক নাই।
না ওনার প্রশ্নটা হচ্ছে যে আমি না ওনার প্রশ্নটা হচ্ছে I think Mahesh will explain better. Question is मेरा अंडे का प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट अगर 10 पैसा है और एक्सपोर्ट करके मैं जब ले जाऊंगा उसको 15 पैसा हो जाएगा, तो मार्केट में अगर वहाँ पे 10 पैसा में अंडा मिल रहा है तो मेरा 15 पैसा अंडा कोई लेगा? यही तो आपका सवाल है ना महेश?
नहीं, इट्स सिंपल डिमांड एंड सप्लाई। जैसे अब मैंने बताया, अभी नीदरलैंड्स का अंडा हमसे $5 ज्यादा बिक रहा है। See, why are you buying a coffee day or Starbucks coffee at 80 rupees? Simple. Quality and certificate for verification.
No, sir.
अगर हमारा क्वालिटी अच्छा हो गया, अभी हम नंबर गेम में है, नंबर गेम इज फॉर जीसीसी मार्केट, मतलब आपका जो मिडल ईस्ट मार्केट है। अभी आप वेट मार्केट में जाना, लेट्स से द डे विल कम वी विल गो टू यूएस, द डे विल कम वी विल गो टू जापान, द डे विल कम वी गो टू यूरोप, देयर वेट बेसिस ग्रेड ए प्लस आ जाएगा। सी अभी ड्रीम है हमारा देश में भी ऐसा आना है। 100 ग्राम एग्स, 200 ग्राम एग्स, 300 ग्राम एग्स, ऐसा करना पड़ेगा पैकिंग, because depending on the dream. The other dream I want to share with you all is the day when you prepare a egg with a pouch powder जैसा होना है, जैसे शैम्पू होता है ना। because मैंने बेंगलुरु में एक small incident बता दूंगा। lot of construction workers are there, they are able to buy cigarette, they are able to buy दारू, but why are they not buying eggs? उन्होंने बताया सर मैं बस चढ़ूंगा, ऑटो चढ़ूंगा, किधर पकड़ के लेके जाऊंगा। See, the innovation we required in India to suddenly change is packaging. Suppose if you do, there is a egg paneer available, egg liquid available. My dream is, can you create a egg pouch like a shampoo? If the price is 10 rupees also, I would say that the revolution will happen. Don't look at the foreign market. Indian market is the biggest market in India. Let us get ready for that. Thank you all.
I think we will take more question later. Then आपका question है?
Good afternoon all. First of all, Maiti ji, thank you so much for organizing this beautiful event. I am from Odisha, second generation into layer farming. My question is pointed towards Jimli ma'am first, that this ACQS facility extension जो है, ये हम भुवनेश्वर is our zonal hub वहाँ पे, generally हमारे state का regional hub है, and हमारे पास certificate of origin के लिए associations like UCCI and other associations are also there. There are farmers who have IEC. तो क्या ACQS facility extension आप वहाँ पे करने का plan करे हैं? My second question, I'll put all my questions together once. Secondly, to Dr. Mitra, basically, sir, जैसे आपने उस gentleman के question के extension पे, there is a verified list जो कि एम्पेडा और एपेडा देता है। हम सी फूड में जब एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं तो हमारा एक वेरीफाइड लिस्ट रहता है। सो कैन इट बी डन फॉर द एग मार्केट ऑल्सो? सर, द वेरीफाइड बायर्स। श्योर सर, देन आई मस्ट हैव स्किप्ड इट। Yes.
So APIDA and NPIDA, they are the authority in the country. They are already working for export promotion. I think आप बोल दीजिए।
Actually AQCS ईस्टर्न जोन कोलकाता में जो ऑफिस है, वी आर टेकिंग केयर ऑफ एंटायर ईस्टर्न जोन। अगर वहाँ डिमांड रहेगा तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया सटनली सोचेगी वहाँ पे खोलने के लिए। No, we can. We are already doing because we are already doing. आपका compartmentalization में हम गए थे 2-3 महीने पहले, ओवो फार्म्स है आपका वहाँ पे। So we will take care of that. आप बस थ्रू स्टेट जो भी प्रोसेस है, हाँ, yes, definitely. कुछ भी है।
फिर आप लोग चीजों को बड़ा कॉम्प्लेक्स कर देते हैं। सिंपल चीज को उलझने का जरूरत क्या है? बड़ा सिंपल है। भारतवर्ष जैसे बड़ा देश में 6 AQCS होना भी कम है,
लेकिन ऐसे भी इतना तो हो नहीं सकता हर जगह पोर्ट हो जाएगा, उतना स्टाफिंग का भी जरूरत है। अच्छा, उस समय इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट इतना ही था, अभी इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट बढ़ रहा है, तो हो सकता है नेक्स्ट फाइनेंशियल ईयर में कुछ चेंज हो जाए। बट फॉर द रिकॉर्ड, एज ऑन टुडे, these equities, they serve the regional, all the states that comes under that particular region, as simple as that। उसमें ना कोई, जैसे नामक्कल से, मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ, नामक्कल से चेन्नई का दूरी कम से कम 300 किलोमीटर, 350 किलोमीटर, राइट। तो कोलकाता से तो भुवनेश्वर का और कम है, हाँ 400, तुम कम नहीं करोगे, बढ़ा दिया 100 किलोमीटर, 450, ठीक है। नहीं, अब मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि चेन्नई, ये जो है नामक्कल से जो जाता है, दे आल्सो टेक द फैसिलिटी ऑफ एक्यूसीएस चेन्नई, दैट्स माय पॉइंट, ठीक है।
हम हैं, आप आ जाइए, आप
अच्छा,
आपके सर्विस में बैठे हैं।
एक बार मुझे निकलना पड़ेगा थोड़ा सा, आई हैव टू गो, पोल्ट्री फेयर भी देखना है। मैं मदन दा को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ मेरे तरफ से और सभी के तरफ से। इट से, हाँ बोलिए ना।
सुदीप तो के लिए एक इन्फॉर्मेशन है, एक्सपोर्ट के लिए ब्राउन एग का इतना जरूरत नहीं है। नमक्कल से जितना एग जाता है 96% ऑफ द व्हाइट सेल्स एग्स, सो डोंट वरी अबाउट फार्मर, ब्राउन एग करना पड़ेगा।
वो आप लोग ये देखिए, ऐसा है, और एक काम करिए, थोड़ा पोल्ट्री इंडस्ट्री को डाइवर्सिफाई कीजिए। बंगाल का जो रीजन का, सभी लोग टेबल एग मत बनाइए, सभी लोग बॉयलर मत बनाइए, कुछ लोग एग पाउडर में इन्वेस्ट कीजिए, वो सब इंडस्ट्री आना पड़ेगा। और साथ साथ सब्सिडरी इंडस्ट्रीज भी आना पड़ेगा, फीड मिल ना, मैं बोल रहा हूँ, मतलब जस्ट मैं व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू, हाँ ठीक है, ब्राउन एग, ऑर्गेनिक एग, जो भी करना है, बट पहले मार्केट सर्वे कीजिए, मार्केट स्टडी कीजिए, क्या करना है। वी हैव कम हियर टू टेल यू टू export any of our item which is of chicken source, be it meat, be it egg powder, anything. If I have to send to outside, I need, the first thing is the compartment, that's it. And we thought, since there is a lot of potential, there must be some compartment in this region, that's the reason we have come here. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
और मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ नेक्स्ट टाइम जब आऊँगा और आप मुझे खुशखबरी देंगे कि कम से कम 3-4, मैं 15-20 का तो उम्मीद करता नहीं हूँ, 15-20 होने से मुझे टेंशन हो जाएगा। टेंशन इसलिए होगा, फिर मुझे और चिंता हो जाएगा कि इन लोग उसका संभाल पाएगा कि नहीं। तो आपका क्या काम होगा मदन दा, आप स्टेट गवर्नमेंट के साथ पहले डिजीज सर्विलेंस के ऊपर बात करिए कि हाउ मच दे आर कमिटेड। फिर जो चेकलिस्ट है, जो एप्लीकेशन आता है हमारे पास, मैं कोशिश करता हूँ एक मॉडल एप्लीकेशन तैयार करने का। अब दैट वाज माई कमिंग टू माई माइंड, एक मॉडल एप्लीकेशन तैयार करके वेबसाइट पे मैं दे दूंगा, आपको भी सर्कुलेट कर दूंगा, तो ताकि आप लोगों को पता लग जाए हाउ टू अप्लाई फॉर, व्हाट आर द डॉक्यूमेंट्स आर रिक्वायर्ड, हाउ टू अप्लाई फॉर कंपार्टमेंट। ठीक है, थैंक यू।
Thank you, sir. 2 minutes after vote of thanks, we will take a group photo, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for the very engaging session on compartmentalization today. I would like to convey my warm regards and thanks to Dr. Abhijit Mitra, Animal Husbandry Commissioner, New Delhi, to Dr. Jimli Sarma, Deputy Commissioner, AQCS, Kolkata, Dr. Mahesh, Joint Commissioner, Bangalore, CEAH, Dr. Adhiraj Mishra, Assistant Commissioner, New Delhi, and Dr. Sudipto Bhatt, as well as Dr. Sudipto Haldar. Thank you once again, and thank you for the wonderful audience.
May I request Professor Barun Roy and Mr. Radhesam Roy also, if you can please come up for a group photo.
एक मिनट, अग्रवाल साहब को thank you for such a very short and sweet vote of thanks.
Can we have a clap for it?
सर थोड़ा सा सर Sir, see, sir, see there. Sir, here.
Thank you everybody. Thanks for joining and making this program a grand success. We'll repeat this program again in some times.